United versus Spurs, Antonio Conte coming back to Old Trafford with Harry Kane and co. I think this is going to be a difficult game for United and we may struggle to get beyond a draw. But Eriksen's in the team, and with that, I'm hopeful that we might get a 1-0 win. But given the performance against Newcastle and our inability to put the ball in the back of the net, Marcus Rashford, I think it will be, I'll go 1-1, regrettably. Maybe 1-0. Can I sit on the fence? 1-0.
My name is Gabriel. I'm reporting from the land of the Glazers. Glazers out. I'm predicting Man United 2, 1 Tottenham. With our two scorers being Marcus Rashford, who hopefully starts, and Christian Eriksen scoring his first goal in a Red Devil shirt.
Hi guys, are you alright? Prediction for today is 2-1. I'm going to go for Aaron Eriksen or McTominay. Go for the midfield. And another goal from Ronaldo, hopefully, if he starts. And probably a consolation goal from Harry Kane. But up the Reds, I know we can do it.
Hi everyone, I'm Ollie Jumi here from the Man United Agenda, and big up to everyone on the Stretford Paddock and all of the Man United fans out there. Tough game today against Conte Spurs. They're a really tough team to beat. I mean, they can occasionally have a low block, and the two defensive-minded midfielders off ahead of them, head of the defence, you have to break that down. And the way we can break that down, I think, would be like rotations. I think it's going to be a really tight game. I think maybe 1-0 to Manchester United. I hope so, and that will give us a lot of confidence, because after the 0-0 the other day, we really need to sort of improve a lot of things, especially like counter-pressing high up the pitch and wide. We need to sort of get that drilled down, and the more practice we have on the training ground, the better I think we become. But we're in early days now, we're taking baby steps towards that goal. But come on United, let's get behind the team. I'm hoping for a 1-0 win.
Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspurs, we have the prediction for today. I'm not too sure about this one. Conte has never won at Old Trafford, so that's a big one. United can't score goals, so that's another big thing. And it's only Tottenham, maybe? I don't know about this one. I've got a bad feeling of a 0-0 draw, of both teams sitting back and just not breaking each other down. But I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go 1-0 Marcus Rashford. 1-0 United.
Solo here from the Man United Agenda, and I'm here to give you my score prediction for Manchester United versus Spurs. It's got to be a tough game against Tottenham. Conte doesn't have a great record at Old Trafford, but the way he sets his team up to play football, they're very effective. Now, Ten Hag has come in, and I believe I can see progress with Ten Hag, but we still got to give the manager time to still get these players into the sort of style and the system how he wants to play. How this game's going to be won tonight, I think it's going to be all to do with the midfield, how the midfield is set up tonight. Man United, we need the 3 points. So I'm going to sit there and predict for Man United to win 2-1, and come on, you Reds. Also, remember guys, make sure you're hitting that like and share and subscribe button for the Paddock. Thank you.
Yes, people, what's going on? Hope you lot are all doing well and you're enjoying the watch along. So I'm about to head out for the game now. And weirdly, I'm feeling confident about today's game. I think we're going to win. And I don't know where that confidence comes from, because last time out, it wasn't great for Manchester United, was it? And our performances have started a little bit in recent weeks. But I do think we're going to win. I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like Manchester United are going to win under the floodlights against Spurs. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for United. It's only Tottenham, right?
Great, Man United. I think United are going to win 3-1. I think Rashford 2, Ronaldo 1, maybe Kane 1 or Son 1, maybe 3-1. Yeah, I think we're going to win 3-1. It's going to be a good day at Old Trafford. If Bruno keeps the ball, we're going to win the game very well. So happy for that. Let's go. Glory Man United and up the Paddock.
Paddock match day, Notch here. And this time, Eric's fucking play good football but don't score very often Reds are back in action in the against Conte's jump around a lot on the touchline Spurs. Never easy when you have the attacking force of Son and Kane to contend with, but I have unbridled faith in the butcher of all butchers, Lisandro Martinez, to keep us solid at the back alongside Premier League Varane and co. I'm boldly going for a 2-0 win and leave Conte asking again for just one regular day of just a notch there.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Big game tonight in the top 4 race. I'm joined by Ronaldo Brown, who's drinking out of a severely cracked glass there.
That's dangerous, that.
There's probably some chipped glasses that
I didn't even realise that.
Ooh, look at that.
I was about to make some sort of joke or reference to it, but I feel like that would have been too deep.
How are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very
Drinking
good
out of
indeed.
broken
Both
glass.
got our hair tied up today.
This is actual bedhead that I've got going on.
Is it?
This is taking
Whose
my
bed? That's the question, isn't it? We've also got Abdul here at the table. How you doing,
Hello.
Abdul?
I'm good. Just
good?
okay.
How you
Vibing.
feeling? First time we've done a Premier League watch along this season, isn't it?
It is, you
We've
know.
just done a couple of Europa
Oh, no.
Leagues.
I've done... I was meant to do City, weren't I? But
Yeah.
I sort of did that. I was there before the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, it is the first Premier League one.
How you feeling before this
forward
one?
to
The teams are out. We're just looking at Tottenham's team there on the screen. This one's on Amazon Prime for anyone who isn't watching or, doesn't know. Can catch you out that 8:15 kickoff. Too late, the kickoff, innit?
Bit too late,
Let's see
yeah.
if we're on it.
That is far too late.
Not a fan of that.
8:15 kickoff is like being in Spain. Do you know when you go on holiday to Spain and you're like bladdered in the pub and it's like half midnight? You're like, how is there a live game of football on now?
I think when I went to watch United Barca, the game was at like 10 p.m.
Yeah,
It was
ridiculous. But yeah, so 8:15 kickoff, Man United versus Tottenham. I know you are a big disliker of Arsenal. What are your thoughts on their North London counterparts, Tottenham?
I actually don't even have an opinion on Spurs.
No, well, come up with one.
It's literally, do you know it's one of them where I hate Arsenal, but when it comes to Spurs, I feel like saying respectfully, but it's not very respectful. I feel like they've got just this permanent irrelevance.
Do you think?
Never a threat. Can never trust them. They're
Yes,
always
it's
going to let
exactly
you
that,
down.
It's the fact you can never trust them, bro.
They're a bit soft. They're a bit paperweight. I don't know. There's not
You
like
can't trust them to like beat your rivals.
Exactly.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, they could beat you. They're just annoying, aren't they?
they're a difficult club to take serious.
Yeah, they are, because they never win trophies. They haven't won a
No.
trophy since the 2007...
2008. Carling Cup.
2008 League Cup. Yeah, then the Carling Cup. They don't... Other
It's
than
mad,
beating
isn't it?
City in the Champions League semi-final, they're a team that typically bottles it.
It always looks like it's going. That's where I was going. It always looks like it's going well for them, especially in recent years.
Yeah.
And then just nothing comes out of it. It's like if you think about having Harry Kane and Son, like two of the most prolific forwards in world football for the last couple of seasons, and getting nothing out of it. Not even like a League Cup,
No.
FA Cup. And Conte weirdly isn't really like. I know in recent years, anyways. Like I know did he win the FA Cup against us? But he's more like a league campaign kind of guy.
Well,
like
he's never been
does
good in
well
Europe,
in
has he?
Europe's always been poor.
Having two world-class forwards. Because it was a period probably, especially with Son, maybe he's had a little bit of a slow start this season, but for the majority of the time that they've been together, Harry Kane and Son are two players that walk into 99% of teams in world football.
100%.
And
yet, what did he have to show for it?
I know.
If I was them, man, I would have been gone.
Kane's like the modern day sort of Alan Shearer, innit? Except he ain't got that Blackburn Premier League in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Shearer, because he got the Premier League out of the way early, what was it, like 23 when he won it or whatever with Blackburn? He could kind of do what he wanted after that. And then obviously didn't win much at all other than that. Kane is like...
A lot of penalties.
He scored a lot of goals, but Kane is almost the same thing where he scores tons of goals, but he ain't got that like early Premier League to sit back on. He's just won nothing, has he really, Harry Kane?
The funny thing is with Kane is he's broke into that Tottenham team a bit late. Then he went like on loan. He was sat on the bench with like Jamie Vardy at Leicester. Was it Leicester? Like he was.
I remember him scoring a goal or being on loan at Norwich.
Oh, Norwich, yeah.
In the Premier League as well.
Are you worried about Tottenham?
Yeah, I'm
tonight?
concerned about, because what's happened is the way their formation's set up, but they have usually Bentancur and Højbjerg as a pivot, but I think sometimes he can outnumber him, because I saw Chelsea do it to him earlier in the season, but now Conte's gone for the whole, he's added Basuma in the mix, so he's took one of the forwards out because there's no Kulusevski, there's no Richarlison. He's gone for Kane and Son up front, and then he's gone for a more stronger, more rigid midfield three of Basuma, Bentancur and Højbjerg.
That is a proper FIFA midfield.
So I think it'd be hard.
Of like,
more
just
difficult.
sit back, one depth, fucking on the edge of their 18-yard box, park the bus. I know Bentancur can do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But essentially 3 defensive midfielders there. Just fucking just defend.
It's going to be horrible in midfield for both teams, isn't it? Like, it's just going to look like disgusting.
Actually, is. Look at it. Like, look at the midfield 5 today.
No one's keeping hold of that ball.
Yeah, 5 of them. Yeah, the 6 midfielders are Bruno Fernandes, Fred, Casemiro, Bentancur, Bissouma, and Højbjerg. That is genuinely disgusting. In it, there's going to be so many tackles and turnovers in this game. The midfield is going to,
especially with the way Bruno's been playing recently. There's not a massive amount of creativity
But you know what's funny though, with this United team, watching that Newcastle game, I've been saying this to people this week, and when I look at that midfield, if you'd given that to Ollie, and as much as I do like some of what Ollie's done at United, and I respect him for a certain part of his period at the club, as a manager as well, I think he's always fallen short where he can never really gain control in games with certain profiles. When you look at that team, you have no right to control a game against no Premier League team, especially when you've got Bruno Guimaraes in that midfield, who's a top midfielder, to face up against you, and a couple of decent players in that Newcastle side. I know they had some injuries, but Casemiro and Fred doesn't really scream pure control. Even for Brazil, there's a lot of brilliant ball plays in and around them, whether it's in defence or whether it's on forward line, and we still seem to do well in terms of, you know, having that territory in that, keeping the ball in their half and sort of winning it back in right areas. And then it came down to the players in a way where it could have looked a bit smoother, but I think Ten Hag is starting to put his print in this team where you can start seeing there's a level of control. It's just with Eriksen, it looks a lot cleaner. Today, if Eriksen's fit, honestly, today I would have played him in that.
Do you want to read us through that full team there then? Just take us through.
So we've got Antony, only change, isn't it? Rashford in for Ronaldo in the front three, starting from the front. I don't know why I've done that. But we've got Sancho on the left.
There's a lot of left-hand signalling by Abdullah to make sure he gets the kettle in.
It's nice.
Sancho.
I've not.
It's nothing, mate. It's just Cheshire Oaks watch this, mate.
Is it?
It's Fred, Casemiro, and Bruno midfield.
So we've got De Gea, Dello, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, obviously, and then that midfield three we mentioned before. Casemiro, Fred, Fernandes, and like I said there, Sancho, Rashford, Antony. The first chance to take Ronaldo out of this team when we've had 3 fit attackers, he's gone again. He's gone. He's out already.
I haven't deserved.
You think you're not been impressed?
He's offered us absolutely nothing. We've got respect for Ronaldo. I know we're big fans of him. Everyone is. He's still got these predatory skills inside the box, but outside of that, I think he's become a very, very limited player.
Yeah.
And I think he's actually been hampering the way that United have been going forward and setting up, to be honest with you. And it's to the point where a player like Anthony Martial, like, the jury is out for a large majority of the United fans, is a player that where we look miles different and miles more fluid going forward when he's playing than when Ronaldo is. And Martial's not exactly being...
I think he's got like 8 league goals in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's not exactly being like firing, which tells you just how bad of a job Ronaldo's done in terms of his integration into the team. I feel like his presence seems to put a lot of pressure on the players around him to feed him. Everything doesn't just everyone seems just like a little bit
mixed energy from him as well. Like you hear good things about him from behind the scenes, where it's like, you know, you hear what he does for the younger players and the advice that he gives, and you do hear great things, but then you hear, you know, the whole, again, pressure side. And pressure is, the thing is, if you want to be at a club like Man United, I think the cliche thing, and this is what I hate about a lot of our ex-players when they sit on TV and they start just chatting crap, it's always, well, you know what, there's always pressure at this club and you've always got to perform, and a player like Ronaldo makes you do that, but it's not as simple as that, is it? Like, we know that. We look at teams where, you know, they've moved on from the past, because football does move on, and that screams of Ronaldo. Like, you can tell he's a winner, but when you look at that Newcastle game, he's coming outside the box a lot of the time to receive the ball, and you're like, you don't want Ronaldo there. And no, I'm not someone to tell Ronaldo how to score a goal, because the guy scored the most goals basically ever. Other than Pele, against, if he's counting the ones on a park. But like, when you look at Ronaldo,
FIFA.
Yeah, he's counted his
ones on his icon card on FIFA.
Yeah,
put them on the account.
But yeah, other than Pele's fake goals, he's basically got the most goals in the game, hasn't he? So, but I think the fact is, Ronaldo a lot of the time, in his younger days, would just come outside the area. When he started playing that 9 role for Portugal, for Juventus, he'd come outside the box, have a couple of touches, then enter the area. And I think it just doesn't work like this for United, the way Man United want to play. And there was a break the other day where Fred was on the ball. I don't know if you've seen the screenshot of this. It was going around on Twitter a bit, and Fred was on the ball and he's making like a run like across the midfield, which never really ends well anyways. Yeah. But it's the fact he was going to him all the way to receive it short rather than hitting the space. And what's funny is I compared the same exact situation as last season against Newcastle, which was Luke Shaw bursted in the same position and Ronaldo was on his bike to get on the end of the ball. So I don't know what it is, because I feel like if you want to play who wants to receive the ball, have that touch and go, bring others into play, I feel like Martial's done that for Man United when he's been fit so far under Ten Hag, and he showed that in pre-season. So he's offering a bit of both, whereas like Ronaldo, it's not been there for him. And it's quite sad really, because I am a Ronaldo fan and I still think there's use for him, but you can't really say he's a starter or a guaranteed starter in the current setup.
Do you find it difficult criticising basically one of the very few people on earth with your name? Well, certainly one of the very few people in sort of English kind of, public eye with your name.
No.
Because I can criticise a Joe, no problem, because there's so many Joes to criticise. Whereas you, how many Ronaldos do you talk about that aren't either yourself or Cristiano Ronaldo? Oh, no.
I've actually known 2 Ronaldos growing up.
You joke?
2 other ones, yeah.
Have you?
One was the same year as me at school.
What are the odds of that?
I was going to say, how many Ronaldo until I met you?
No, it was. He went to the school across the road, Trot and I.
Were you two just natural rivals then?
Nah, not really. Just had the same name, the same way you're called Joe, and so's Joe McGrath.
And so is
so is
Joe.
Yeah, Joe
you
down the road.
Yeah,
Joe down the road. So,
but you've managed to put that to one side.
I've put it to one side, and I've just been objectively saying what I say, and.
Well, you don't think you're doing a sort of this town ain't big enough for the both of us type?
Nah, none of that. I'm just being straight. I'm being honest. I'm just thinking, what I'm seeing right now is not. I'm not being satisfied. If you're scoring goals, then fair enough. But yeah, as I said, I think United, right, the way we set up midfield, the transitional period of a new manager, we're not in a position to have, especially in the way that we play. We don't necessarily control games. In that instance, to have a striker up top who's purely his maximum is, or his ceiling is, a in the box predator or a poacher. We need someone that's a bit more, you know what I mean, can do more that in terms of can link the play, can hold the ball up, can spin him behind. We need all of that. We can't just on a man up front who, if the ball comes from the box, then he can do something. I don't think we're really at the abilities around him or at the stage where we can afford to have someone like that.
Matthew Lovett with the super chat says, I was today years old when I found out Harry Maguire's first name is actually Jacob up the Paddock. Did you know that?
Jacob?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Jacob Maguire.
I didn't know that.
Because I Wikipedia'd him one time and it came up with a Jacob.
Came up with a bit of a Jacob, didn't it?
Jacob Harry Maguire.
It's Echo, who's been a member for 4 months, says, can't wait to watch Conte ball. Talk to me about Conte, Ronaldo. Do you like him? Is there ever a time you wish United got him? Do you still wish United got him?
I like Conte because I like characters he manages, and I think he's a big one. I think no one likes when managers are all PC and boring. I also like when the fact is they stick to what they know, or they stick to their guns. I think he comes up against a lot of criticism about his style, saying it's a bit too pragmatic, it's a little bit too defensive and slow. But it's won him trophies, it's won him titles, and it's won him things. Yeah. And he's never tried to change to like media pressure or criticism from the fans or murmuring saying that he wants the teams to be a little bit more offensive. He sticks to what he knows. He has strict opinions. He doesn't. I feel like he has issues dealing with players in terms of the fact is he's not easily pressured by players. He's a proper man's manager. Yeah. In terms of, I feel like if he was at United, he wouldn't be playing Ronaldo either. No. He wouldn't give in to the fact is, I know he kind of can be a little bit problematic with how he behaves with the board, etc. But I think that's a good thing. It's about a manager that knows what he wants, knows what he likes, and he's determined to win games. Yeah. So I'm not sure why he went Tottenham.
No, exactly. It was weird, wasn't it? It felt like he was, because he first of all he turned him down. Do you remember? They had the conversation. He turned him down, and then
they offered him
shitloads of money, and he went there.
And then there was always like rumours from the moment he was there about him like going back to Italy and like going to Juventus and stuff. So he's always been a bit like.
Or even taken over from Mancini, I think. Do you know when they didn't qualify for the World Cup? I I think that there was a lot of rumours of him going there as well. We've got a quote here that's quite interesting, I think. Ten Hag on Bruno Fernandes, he says, I think he can be more effective if he plays more centrally, plays more around the striker and arriving in the box. Are you worried about Bruno? Do you think there's an issue there? Do you think that would, him playing more centrally would be making more effective, more goals, more assists? Or, what do you put his sort of decreased output down to?
When he was getting all the goals and assists when he initially came to United, he wasn't playing very deep as a 10. He was playing almost like a second striker majority of the time.
Yeah.
And that's where he got a lot of his goal contributions from. And then us United fans and people clocked onto the fact that even though he was getting his goals and assists, he was kind of affecting the team negatively in terms of him kind of taking the space away from strikers. Our midfield too was getting overrun.
Yeah.
The midfield pivot, because Fernandes was meant to be like half and half as a deep number 10, but would always be caught too high. Almost like so he'd be leaving them two on their own. I think he's become a little bit deeper since Ten Hag's arrived, because that's how he likes his 10 to play.
Yeah.
He might have lost out on a little bit of his goal contributions and his quality in terms of that sense, but I think it's kind of helped us structurally in terms of defensively, because there's been a lot of criticisms about the fact we've not controlled games all the time. We've not scored loads of goals, especially recently, but we've actually been decent defensively, and a lot more solid than we were last season.
I think 2 weeks ago. Just a second, just go to my camera a sec. That's effort in the comments. They said, Joe, where's Abdul at nowadays? Has he got his own channel? Well, Abdul is right here. So there you go. There he is. Someone who's, I guess, just joined the chat before they'd seen you. Have you got your own channel, Abdul?
No, not really. Just Abdul GH_ on Twitter.
There you go. But you're here. To answer your question, where is Abdul nowadays?
I'm here. I'm a Paddock boy.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I've been on consistently.
What were you going to say about Bruno?
But Bruno's always someone who is one of them, like, you really love certain moments of him, and then he can frustrate you. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of the top players that can give you that. But I think when you look at Bruno, I'm just looking at like the period where he come in at the start, and Ronaldo mentioned, and I always sort of seen him as like a second striker in that team. I think Martial's always been very important for him. I'm very important for Marcus Rashford, and that's why I've always thought like Martial's a bit like he's the glue, because like he'll drop off into certain areas that allow Bruno to get into the box. But although I'm always on to Bruno, the more I analyse his game, and you look at maybe the requirements managers will have with him. So Ten Hag will probably go, you're someone who's got a bit of a goal scoring instinct, so I'll use you in that sort of role. You're someone who will, we've just seen some running stats come up on the screen. You're someone who will run around and be aggressive and win the ball back. So I'll use you in that way. You're someone who can drop deep and ping a ball over the top of a defence and find Marcus Rashford and find the striker. So I'll use you there. So it almost, because he's got a lot to his game, you'll be like, that's how I use him, that's how I use him. It doesn't excuse a lot of the things he does on the ball that will frustrate you, but I think he's had a lot of switches in the way that he's playing, which isn't good. But he does adjust very well. And you can never take away from him, in terms of the aggressiveness and the ball winning. That we look at that Everton goal the other day. He wins the ball, quick touch, and then obviously into Martial. Martial passes it on to Antony. Antony scores. Yeah. Those moments there, he'll offer you that. I think, unfortunately, as much as I've always loved what Paul Pogba can do on the ball, Paul Pogba just never offered you that at Man United. No. If he had that extra bit to him, then he would have been an insane midfielder in the team. So, yeah, I think Bruno is quite frustrating that he's got to play this much as well, because when you look at the top teams, when you look at C, I mean, there's periods where Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Foden, all these guys have been in and out of the team. The only guy when he's fit really that stays in that team is probably Kevin De Bruyne when we're talking about the midfielders and the attackers. And even he's had some patches where he's come out and they make sure they're keeping him fit. So I just think Bruno needs to be managed a tad better in a game like today. If Eriksen is actually fit, fully fit, I would have gone with Eriksen, even if you're going to play Casemiro and Fred, and maybe would have brought on Bruno to just, to try and, whether it's even close down a game from the front line or try and get a goal, he will give you that. Again, it's about how much he can offer you as a player. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think that midfield, I'm a bit unsure about today.
On that, Bradley Cash says, Fred versus Basuma, major mismatch. Major mismatch is lovely to say, by the way, first of all. But secondly, and I hate to say this, and I'm just going to say it because I said it before they signed him, and I'll say it again now, I don't think Basuma is that good. I think I'm not saying that he isn't better than Fred or that he couldn't do a number on Fred on any given game, but he isn't guaranteed to start for Tottenham. He's not like a top player. He's a decent player who is quite limited, I think.
I do agree, but I think the issue is with Tottenham signing Bissouma is a lot of what they want Bissouma to do, Højbjerg already sort of does. And I feel like at Brighton, the reason he was a standout, because he did that role where he was in the pivot or he was in the midfield too. And then he'd have that give and go and he'd win the ball. He'd have a bit more, a bit more to show in the team. Whereas now, when he comes into that midfield three, and we've seen that when Spurs play this awkward midfield three, he's almost lost. Like, you don't know what he's in there
Sorry
for.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but she's blinking a hell of a lot.
I didn't think that was the reason why you said that.
Yeah, same. I thought you were gonna say.
I thought you were being anyway.
Well, like looking and that.
Yeah.
No, just she was like that.
She's nervous.
Maybe
the first night under the
It
lights.
might have been
Trafford,
that. Those lights.
On that Prime Video.
Those lights.
Yeah. Everyone is talking about Fred in the comments. Ronaldo, hit me with some Fred knowledge, Fred wisdom, Fred predictions for tonight.
I think Fred's arse.
Yeah.
What about it? Come on, tell me more.
I am bored.
Are you worried?
Pisses me off, man.
Are you worried about it?
Do you know what? I said this. I am worried about
He's in the
it
background.
because
He said he's worried. Sorry to cut you off there.
it's crazy because there was a majority period. There was a massive period where Fred couldn't do anything right anytime he played. Remember?
Yeah.
And then he had this little sequence where he was pretty much good for about a few games, and everyone kind of hung on to that, thinking, he's been unleashed, he needs to be an 8 or he needs to be more forward. But realistically, when I look at him as a footballer, he's not at the level required. He never has been, never will be. And I think he's even become more exposed when we've had a bit more quality put in the team now.
Yeah.
Because every time I've seen him this season, I feel like he's looked probably up there with the worst we've seen, and we've seen some bad from him because he's playing around players that are a little bit better technically in quality, so he looks worse.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of exposed him, and I think he's an extremely limited player who doesn't get into any team in the top 8, to be honest with you, in my opinion, and he shouldn't do. I'm not sure what he's actually good at, because defensively he runs around a lot. Sometimes he tackles, sometimes he's not even that quick on defensive transition. I remember games last season where we'd concede counter-attacks goal and he'd run back and he looks like he's running in treacle. Sometimes he can be out-muscled. He came with this whole ball-footed kind of reputation, but now we've realised it's ball-footed for being both being bad.
I love absolutely not holding back whatsoever.
Yeah, and
none of this.
and then the other thing that annoys me about him, which probably is the reason why, is anytime he makes a mistake or he puts a shot into either the corner flag or row Z, he always turns around with a massive grin on his face, apologising. He never looks like upset he's made a mistake. He just looks like he's got the sheepish grin on his face, and he turns around and does that to everyone. And I hate it every time he does it.
I love it every time he does it because I know it winds you up.
Nah.
What are your thoughts?
Fred's such a weird one, man. Like, there's this period, and I know Ronaldo said that it was a few games, but I do feel like it was longer than that. I feel like the instant impact he had with even the games against Chelsea and Villarreal right at the start with Carrick, like, you could look at the difference in his role. And the Arsenal game, I think the most standout one where he wins the ball high up the pitch, but it's like he's so good at turning the ball over in those situations where you need an aggressive 8. But other than when he wins the ball, there's just no productivity there. And that is the issue. The top level midfielder now, they're a ball winner, they're a ball progressor, they're someone who can create, there's someone who can impact in the final third. You look at the ball that Rashford given him, like, Rashford, granted, missed a big chance at the end of the game. Fair enough, like, he did miss that chance. But Rashford did all the hard work for him. He nipped it round Nick Pope. Then the angle was perfect. Placed it. The pace the ball was coming at was perfect. Why are you opening your body up like that? Just hit it with your right foot.
No, it's not going
Just
right
hit it with
foot.
your right foot. But the thing is, he plays the ball with his right foot sometimes. So it's like, bro, at that level, just hit it with your right foot. It's an open goal. Why would you let the ball run across you? You're a Premier League footballer,
Makes
bro.
timing the shot so much more difficult, having to let the ball run across you first.
It's such a, like, we're looking at his fans, bro. Like, I'm dead at football, bro, but I can tell that's not the thing you do, bro. Like, the ball's coming across. Why would you open your body up, go all the way to your left foot, let the defender close the angle down?
It's IQ as well. I was almost upset. I was almost upset at Rashford for crossing that.
But that is insane, though.
But he did the right thing.
He probably did the right thing in the end. But I remember thinking, if I was Rashford, should have just shot himself. I know the angle was a bit tight, but I feel like he was capable. It was an open net, so like you hit the target, you score.
Yeah.
I know he crossed it to Fred, who had an open goal, and the way he missed almost made it seem like the defender was closer than it was.
That's what I thought watching it in the ground, and then I'd only watched it back, and that's when I went sick at it because I thought, do you know, it was a bit of an awkward thing. Maybe the ball from Rashford was bad. Went back and watched it. He's let the ball run across him when he goes to shot it with his right, and then when he's done that, he's opened his whole body up, his foot up. How's he even managed to shoot the ball like that? That's what's funny.
It's mad that on his left foot, he's managed to get it wide of the back post.
Yes.
If you're hitting with your left foot, your foot is coming across left to right. So you think you put the ball left to right, and if he's going to miss, he's going to put it back.
It's not like there's a keeper as well where you're trying to place it in that way, which is the only time you'd really shoot it.
If the ball's coming across your body and hit it with your right foot, if you thin it and you don't get enough on it, it goes out to that side.
Yeah.
How can you hit it with your left foot and get it to go that way? I don't even understand which part of the ankle or the shin or the toe.
Just annoying because he ends up in those situations where you're like, yeah, you've done the right thing.
Again,
you've attacked the space.
He's great.
Off the ball, he is great because he wins the ball a lot and he gets into those situations. But again, it's like the thing we were talking about at the top level. And if you want to be, you mentioned he probably won't get into any of the top 8 Premier League teams, and that's facts because at that level, bro, you look at that table and you look at like what Newcastle are in the mix. Like Bruno Guimaraes is there, like he's unreal, bro. Like even Willock, bro, like. Come on, man, like he actually has some attacking thing about his game in it. Like Fred, it's annoying because the thing is, bro, I don't want it to come off as like I'm just going in on this guy, but it's frustrating because he'll do a lot where I'm like, I like this, like he's winning the ball high up. This is good for what we need as a team. But then when he gets into those moments, the quality has to be better.
That is the issue. That is the issue at the level that we've got to at United, because when players are as bad as Fred, anything that they do positively, you kind of hang your hat on and thinking you kind of over compliment them doing basics because they usually get the basics wrong.
Yeah.
So
and
like
when they have a good moment,
So when you have a good moment or two in a game, you think, oh, Fred, whatever, blah blah blah, and then really it's like you just done something.
City just have pure perfection,
you know what I mean?
don't they? Like Man City just have pure perfection.
Not on the weekend when he let the fucking Scousers win, though, didn't it?
That's true. Brian Kevill with a super chat says, Ronaldo cuts a frustrated figure. I guess he's talking about you here. His hair is great. Still looks youthful as hell. He's not afraid to voice his frustrations in front of camera. Give him a nudge and tell him it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
I hope so.
Did that change how you feel?
Yeah, I feel great now.
Do you?
I feel so happy that Fred's starting now.
I'm happy as well now.
So
and I'm
much
happy that you're happy. It's nice to see you smile like that. In contrast then, are we Casemiro sort of pretty much guaranteed to start now? It took him a few weeks. Do you see the difference between Casemiro and Fred, quality-wise? And what is the difference?
The difference between Casemiro and Fred?
Yeah. 4 Champions League medals.
I don't know.
I'm not saying that there isn't a difference. I'm saying there is, but what is it?
The thing is, Casemiro's made certain errors certain times as well, but the thing is with Casemiro is when he has his good moments, it's not basic moments. I've seen him do some really, really, really world-class things. Sometimes first-time passing, he's closing down, his anticipation defensively.
And he's gradually grown in, hasn't he? It's not like
he has got better
getting
over
a feel
time.
of it. Because his last 2-3 games for us have been very good compared to the start. And that's why I was worried. I thought it would be, with Casemiro, I thought we'd just get sort of what he'd given us at the start. And I've always been like a big fan of Casemiro. Like, I'm talking like Madrid period. And like, I think before they hired Zidane, he was sat on the bench and he was like I think it was a Porto alone. I'm like, all these guys need is a DM to make this team happen with like Kroos and Modric. They always played Isco, always played Rodriguez. I've always liked Casemiro and that instant impact he had in that Madrid side, that's sort of what he's sort of having with Man United. The difference is he's not really got the partners in that midfield. Funnily enough, I think when you look at Eriksen's profile or what he's done for Man United this season, it almost mirrors in certain aspects. I'm not saying he's Modric, but it mirrors a bit of Modric's game. But then you don't have someone like Kroos who can drop, who has that calmness, who has that ping over the ball. And that's where Casemiro, you feel sorry for him because now he's doing his job and he's had a couple of standout moments in the last couple of games and he's doing his thing. But then it's like around him, it's a bit all over the place, isn't it, right now? And Fred is one of the reasons it is that. As much as it works for Brazil, like it just doesn't work because international football as well, we always got to remember this, like it's such a different ball game, international football. loads of space. Again, if you're a ball winner, you will stand out for international football and you will be a key player in the team. And I won't take that away from Fred because he does it for Brazil. But then when the rest of the team have got so much quality with Vinny and Neymar and these guys that can really hold the ball better than anyone in world football, you can get away with that because all you've got to do is just rat about in midfield and win the ball back and then find your best players on a pitch. And when it's like Paqueta, you know, Neymar, even Jesus, Vinny, you look at that Brazil team, you can get away with that. But with Man United, the team's still lacking overall, and you can't get away with passengers like Fred.
Just on Fred, so Fred, Casemiro. I want to go on to Antony, but I just want to quote Jose Mourinho first, who was said to ESPN a few years ago. I think he was 2018. I think he was still at United. He said, "I think that a team without a Brazilian isn't a team, but also a squad with 3 or 4 Brazilian athletes, depending on their profile, cannot make a great team too." I'm kidding. We've got a few Brazilians in this team now. From going from like very rarely having Brazilian players at United for whatever reason. I think like Rafael and Fabio, Possebon, Anderson, like very, very few. So all of a sudden we've got, 3 Brazilian players starting for us. What do you make of Antony and the sort of connection with Casemiro and all that? Like, are you a fan of this new style that we're seeing, or do you think that we're still just like, is Antony just a sort of slightly trickier Dan James?
No.
I've seen people saying that on Twitter.
No. From what I've seen from Antony, I think I've seen promising style stuff. He brings something different than the rest of our forwards, and I like.
Is what?
He's a bit more like, he's left-footed for one.
Yeah.
That actually matters in terms of balance.
Yeah.
He's got this certain like guile and skillfulness about him that we don't really see.
I think
from
he's
other
also
players.
got intent to get on the end on that last line and then the final ball, which is something I didn't think he had. And Sancho lacks that a bit when he's playing wide.
Yeah, he's also got. Anthony has it in there as well.
Yeah,
he's one of the few players for United that actually looks like he wants to be here.
That second half
of
the City was like showed that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
do you worry
really
that Sancho
fine.
doesn't want to be here then? Is that a comparison you're making there?
I don't think
I said like looks like as in the whole like descript like looks like as in just means like the drive that you seem to play with, and do you know what I mean? Not legitimately saying he doesn't want to be here.
No, but I mean I'm talking about the drive and all that as well. Do you not see that with Sancho?
No.
With Sancho, it feels like he wants it to be like the whole. I want to be a big player at the big stage. He's such a talented player at youth level. We've seen what he does in those City teams. Even when he was alongside Ibrahim Diaz's, I've gone to watch that City team and Foden's and whatnot. He's stood out and he's always looked quality. But when you look at him in this United team, it's like, made a joke about it the other day, but like sometimes he has moments, like I said the other day, he nips it around the corner and then like he's too fat to get to it, or like he looks too slow to get to it as a thing. But it's a bit weird. It's like physically.
Day,
I was like that slipped off the tongue. Sorry, Sancho. I'm not in any place to call you fat. but bro, like sometimes he just like does that nice thing on the ball where he nips it around the defender, but then he stops because he hasn't got that explosiveness.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need that to be an aggressive player, if you get what I'm saying. Like, there's a bit of an intent and an intensity that you have to have as a Premier League forward.
Yeah.
That I just feel like sometimes Sancho really lacks. And then he looks like he gasses out a lot in games as well. Like, I don't know, maybe he needs to lay off the Magnum. Like, he needs to stop drinking. I don't know what's going on with him, but something's gone wrong there, because I thought he'd be sick for us.
As an example of that, someone who isn't fast, but Kevin De Bruyne is always knocking the ball past someone and whipping across him.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. He's not a fast player, but because of how he sets up and he often receives the ball with his back to the touchline and just drives at defenders, like a bit of a body feint. You can knock it past him and make space. I want to see a bit more of that from Sancho.
Well, he's always willing to take on. He's always willing to take a tackle or a hit, isn't he? Whereas like Sancho, there was a moment in the City game where he'd lost the ball.
Pulled out of 50-50.
They broke on us, and he pulled out on a 50. You've just lost the ball, bro. You need to be dying to get that ball, no matter what happens. And he's not the weakest of players. Like when you look at him physically, you don't think like, okay, this guy's like a skinny 5'5", like young forward. Like the guys, you can make an effort there to like try and put in a shoulder bar, try and put a bit in effort. And when you compare that to, for example, like a a Hazard at Chelsea. Like a lot of the time, defenders will try and get the ball off him, but he'd always put his body in the right way. And because Sancho's actually blessed with brilliant ball control, he's blessed with a nice touch, he's blessed with all of these things. It's like you just want that part of his game because it just elevates him. But I mean, he is still young. Was it 22, 23?
Yeah, I think he's 22.
He's still at that age where he can improve, where maybe he finds his role eventually centrally, which is actually somewhere I've always thought he could flourish.
Yeah.
But nights like this United Spurs game, when there's been question marks, when Martial's coming back fit soon, and you know you're coming out of that team because you're definitely not favoured to start in that front three. Same goes to Ronaldo, but especially with Sancho at that age, you've got to show fight on that pitch today. You've got to show an insane amount of level. You've got to play to the 90th minute, not gassing out at the 60th, looking like you're about to die and you can't breathe anymore. Like, you need to be putting like a full shift for the full 90. And I'm saying this because I love Sancho. I've been wanting him at United, but it's been disappointing because there's a lot of the time the stage has been set up for him. Last season, you know, Rashford moved out to the right. He moved on to the left. Didn't really do anything. Like, there was moments, here and there.
Yeah.
But it's, again, there's nothing that again, it's like when you talk about moments, like Liverpool game, innit? Like him arriving on the edge and then the composure, then the finish. Those are the moments that I've seen him have at Borussia Dortmund. And I get the difference in the league, but I've seen big Champions League nights against Inter Milan for Dortmund, you know, combining with Hakimi. This season, pre-season, he's combining well with Delon and stuff like that. And then when he started the season, he's not really offered much. And
no.
Yeah, so we'll have to see today. But tonight's a very, very big night for Sancho.
I think he's I've just said it time. I don't need to say more. It's just a comfort zone vibe that Sancho gives. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
a lot of United players seem to like come here and just have that though. That is the frustrating.
I don't know. I feel like Sancho just looks like
he has it, especially.
That might be his personality. It's probably negative. Sometimes people have said that about Martial and his demeanour, but Sancho just doesn't ever look like someone that pushes himself.
He's got a very sort of like quite sort of laid back kind of demeanour, hasn't he? If you compare that to Fred is the most like intense, like quick, like scattish, like all over the place person.
I think the one with Sancho is I think Martial has that personality, but sometimes I've seen numerous games from United where he's looked alive and determined, and I feel like it's a permanent thing with Sancho where he just looks like he plays within himself, and because he's got the ability and he's technical and he's talented, he can still affect games sometimes, but when he's not affecting games, it looks worse. Do you know what I mean?
You think it's a confidence thing, maybe?
No.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I can't tell you. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah. It's weird though, isn't it? Because like someone like Marcus, even in comparison, is like it's sprinting hard, like running, trying to knock people out of the way. Like even though sometimes he's frustrating and he runs down dead ends and he gets tackled. With Marcus, you always feel like fucking hell, go on then. With Sancho, he never gives you that like surge of
Marcus,
intensity
see moments
that you
against
expect from
Kyle Walker and Virgil van Dijk that stand out where like he's hit them and he has no right to go in for a challenge with them. And you like, that's all you've got to do at the top level. Sometimes you've got to take the hit. You've got to be like, I want it. And there isn't enough of that with Sancho. Like, I don't remember enough times where I look at Sancho and be like, oh, he's just shoved someone off the ball there. I like that off him. Like, I can't remember. It's all, anything he really does that's good is always on the ball, isn't it? And even then, like, one part of his game that seems to just fallen off, and that's why, you know, playing within himself, Ronaldo mentioned, and things like that, where he almost made the right decision in and around the box all the time when you watch him at Dortmund, and he'd catch the right run. And I put that down last season to the lack of runners and the lack of system and consistency as a setup. But this season, we've been bringing things together, and you've been seeing the likes of Rashford do it, Antony, and so on and so forth. And he doesn't seem to have that yet. And then you start thinking, is it him problem? I think mentally he could have been like, I've made it. I've come to Man United. I've got the big deal. You know, I've been pushing for this deal. It got delayed a year. I've reached my destination. And I think from a mental aspect, he might think, okay, I've got to where I want to be. Does he still see himself pushing himself a bit again? But again, the footballer's careers are long. Like, you don't want to count him out. Like, you look at Benzema, for example. He just won the Ballon d'Or. Benzema, when he first come, like, he had a bit of a dodgy patch, and Benzema was one of my favourite players of all time. Literally, like, I adore Benzema, but he had a very weird patch at Madrid where it's like, Jose'd come in and he was in and out of the team, and then he wasn't really producing, and he was dropping off a couple of goal seasons here and there that weren't good enough, and then it's just like that. But you shouldn't be waiting until you're 30 or whatever to hit that. Like, Man United will just replace you now because Antony's already through the door. It's your time to prove a point.
Yeah. We've got a few super chats. Clark Kent says, thoughts on the future for Elanga at United. I mean, he's not in a position to start games at the minute. He doesn't seem to be favoured by Ten Hag. I think he just, at the moment, lacks a bit of sort of end product, I think. He's one of those players that seems to get on the ball in good areas a lot. Like compared to Ronaldo, for instance. Like, Ronaldo, typically the end product is there, but sometimes you think, well, why aren't the chances falling for him? Elanga's almost like, for whatever reason, chances seem to fall to him all the time. He's always in good positions, but he don't quite have that pass or finish to him, does he? That
I just don't think he's United level.
yeah, maybe not.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
That
But the
just
thing
might
is,
be.
he's still, as much as like I agree with that, and I do say that, but I think it's weird because that Liverpool game, I was genuinely impressed with his performance. Like, I thought what he did on the ball, which is always an issue that I have with Elanga, was actually good. Like, he was driving at Trent. He was, again, doing the part that Sancho doesn't do, where you feel like he's a bit physical, bit in your face, getting in areas where you want to be. And I think he did really well for the first goal, Sancho's goal in that game. And then you look at the Southampton game as, he had a bit of a weird game, but then the second half before we'd scored, he had like a 10, 15-minute patch. And I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, he was driving at defenders, being physical. He played a part in the goal. And then he's come out of the team, which is a bit weird because you would have just played him in Europa League and stuff. But for the time being, I think he's someone that can probably come in those Europa games. And that's something we need to discuss because we're playing midweek now. We're playing Chelsea Saturday.
Yeah.
We're playing Chelsea Saturday away in London. And then we're going to be playing at Old Trafford, is it?
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
That game for me,
Sheriff at home.
I don't care what happens in that game. You need to rotate properly. Like, if it means
Sheriff.
you should, even someone like a Garnacho or someone coming into that, because we cannot continue playing with the same 11 week in, week out, because we're just going to end them, like finish them off.
Do you think managers are rotating teams less, even though in a busy schedule, because of the World Cup?
Because this is the most key part, because again, is
no, I think they just see it as there's going to be basically a month break. I know it won't be for a lot of the players that are going there, but I think, for example, I thought City would have been resting Haaland a lot more because of his injury issues, and he's been playing 90 minutes near enough every game, and it's because he's not going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I
He's
think
literally got in what 1 month he's got a month off.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a week off and then just training.
I think there's a lot of these Man United players, they're going to be starting at the World Cup, which is mad. Yeah. Like, if you look at
there'll be a few that aren't though.
No.
Martial won't be. Typically speaking, Rashford and Sancho either won't be there or won't be starting. Luke Shaw might be 50-50 on Luke Shaw. Fred again.
Maguire will be starting.
Maguire will probably be starting, but he's not starting for United. De Gea isn't starting, or probably even going. Dallo again, 50-50 on whether he starts or not.
He'll probably get a couple games.
Martinez doesn't always start for Argentina. Typically doesn't start for Argentina.
That'd be stupid.
Casemiro's nailed him.
Casemiro's going to start, yeah. Antony doesn't always start for Brazil. No. We've actually got a lot of players who will go and will train.
What's funny though,
won't actually play that many minutes.
It is a good point, to be fair, isn't it? As much as I would have thought that you've sent your concerns in and they've listened, mate. Stop blinking.
I feel bad now. Shan't blunk in 20 minutes.
You saving her?
I think that's the past of blinking. To blink or to have blunk?
A blunk.
That's right, yeah. I blunk about 2 minutes ago.
Blinked.
We've got a quote from Ten Hag.
I reckon.
Oh, yeah, it's blinked. He says, I think this is the best way for us to start. We can bring Ronaldo on later. We know how Conte plays in transition, his passion and desire. I want my team to be the same. We have to be good or you get killed. I like that about, like Ronaldo starting. No, this is the best way for us to start. No Ronaldo. He just don't like him, does he? He's just not a fan of... Not, I don't mean as a person, but... Excuse me, as a player. He just doesn't like Ronaldo, does he?
Nah, I don't think it's to do with... I don't think it's the fact that he don't like him. I think it's just he's seeing that where he's at now. He's nearly 38. He's a lot more limited than he was.
Do you think...
And in a team that's rebuilding and trying to, like, reform itself with younger players and a new style that's meant to be a little bit more dynamic, and Ronaldo doesn't fit in.
Yeah,
it's not.
I think Ten Hag strikes me as a man, which something I do like, where he's not really got this thing where he's like, if a player's out the team, I'll be, clashing heads with him and I'd have issues with him. It's more like, you're not in the team because it doesn't work for me. But he's not going to make a big problem out of it. And he's very open and honest. He's like, I'm starting this team because it's the best team on the day for this Man United setup. And, you know, with Ronaldo's, like, you look at even, like, his family getting involved. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, his sister posted on Instagram, like, shouldn't have left it late about him leaving or something. Like, come on, man. Like, things like that, I think us as fans have gotten onto Harry Maguire, for example, with him and his family, like, doing stuff online and stuff like that. So, and that whole interview that never went out in the summer. So there's things that have gone on there, and as much as I'd love for Ronaldo to have some sort of impact and for us to win a trophy with him this season, where he you know, he has a nice moment with the Man United fans before he leaves, I sort of do stand with Ten Hag, where it's a bit, you know, there's times where you just can't really start him in certain games. I mean, you can give him those, you know, Europa League, just give him those Europa League minutes, whatever, you can have those. Like, but in big Premier League games like this, when it matters to have that intensity from the front, that pressing and being able to stay in a structure and a setup, sometimes you lose that with him. And as much as I want Ronaldo to do it, he's got up his game, like, if he gets on that pitch. And it's frustrating for him because it's not like he doesn't work hard. I just feel like we're now in that modern era, isn't it? And he's not really got the pressing thing about him. He's not like that aggressive style.
We've just seen Patrice Evra there doing an interview for Prime Video, eating some of the grass at Old Trafford. And just so everyone's clear, Old Trafford uses a combination of natural and artificial grass. It was installed by Grassmaster in 2013. So more than likely, Patrice Evra has just eaten some plastic. And, you know, hopefully he's okay, but I wouldn't recommend anyone who was at Old Trafford to eat any of the grass because it's not 100% grass anymore and hasn't been for about 10 years. Well, although when he was, most of his time at Man United, it was pure grass. So I wonder how much plastic he's eaten off that pitch in the last 2 or 3 years of his career at United, thinking it was full grass. Have you ever eaten a bit of AstroTurf just to make sure it's all right?
Not intentionally.
No. By accident?
After being wiped out with a 2-foot tackle, probably.
You're not a fan of a big Astro sandwich? That little 3G and ketchup.
Raisin.
Yeah. Them little raisins that you get on the 4G pictures. I like them.
I hate raisins.
Do you?
I hate them.
Why? Do you like grapes?
I love grapes, though.
So you just fucking against the elderly, is that what it is?
So raisin's an elderly grape?
Yeah, it's just like a grape in an old people's home. Do you know what I mean? That little box with a squash them all.
A little bit older, more wrinkly.
Older,
a little
wiser.
bit, a little bit more sour.
Yeah, sour, more
Did
racist.
you used to get them in school?
Just like a more
We used to get
racist
them
raisin.
boxes in school.
Yeah, them Sunmaids.
They were sick.
Oh God.
Well, you didn't like them,
That woman on the cardboard packet of Sunmaid was the first crush I ever had. You know what I mean, don't you?
I've no idea what you're talking
Are
about.
you telling me you don't know the
I just
Sunmaid
remember
raisins?
eating the raisins.
You're joking me?
I don't remember who was on them.
Look at that.
She's decent looking.
You know what I mean? On that playground.
Is that a cartoon?
Yeah, she was a cartoon, but you know.
Dodgy that.
That's not dodgy. That's all. She's all woman. And look with that big basket of grapes.
How
Yeah,
do you know she's all woman?
Well, I've never seen her bottom half because it is hidden by the way the logo works out, but I assume. But either way, she was one of my first ever crushes as a kid. Great.
How old
lady.
was you?
How old was I when I fancied the Sunmaid raisin woman?
Yeah.
I don't know if I fancied her necessarily, but I certainly found some sort of physical solace with her. I was probably like 7 years old.
7 years old, physical solace.
Yeah, in a way. Anyway, Alex Bailey says Ronaldo Brown could come into this United forward line and make it better. Do you agree with that?
Nah.
Okay. Well, Brian Kevill says, I actually think Sancho could be a number 10. He's not quick enough to be a winger. It's painfully obvious. I don't think he's industrious enough to be a number 10. Look at Bruno Fernandes. One thing you can't knock is him running back, tracking back, trying to win tackle. Like, for 90 minutes, he'll do it. I don't think you
I
get
think
that.
Sancho can be like a high 8-10 within the right midfield. So, like, if you had like a Jude Bellingham and a Casemiro, for example, and you got two top ball winners, and also Jude can do the ball carrying, can do it all sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then you'll be like, Sancho can sort of have his freedom to just roam and do. But then again, at the top level, you make a point earlier about De Bruyne, now about Bruno. But you have to have that to your game. And by the way, it's not something that he can't add to his game. That's the frustrating thing with Sancho. It's not something that, that's it, he can't have it. It's like up here, he has to go, does he really want it or not? Is he like too relaxed? You mentioned earlier.
You know what's another interesting thing? I know this is kind of just about an alternate team. Obviously, I've just heard that Liverpool have gone 1-0 up.
Right.
Darwin Núñez scored a header. Darwin Núñez, he was the flop of all time according to everyone.
Well, I think it's a bit early to say, innit?
He has the same amount of goals this season as Gabriel Jesus, who's been lauded as the best signing ever.
But the thing is, here's the difference. Gabriel Jesus was lauded as the best signing ever before the season started, and people have just carried on with that. Núñez was decided before the season started he was going to be a flop, and people have just carried on with that. Like, I don't think either of them have been that good or that bad. And obviously, Jesus is playing in a winning team. Núñez is playing in a so far underachieving team. But you can't decide whether a signing is a success or not after 10 games. Romelu Lukaku had 9 goals in 10 games for Man United, and that ended up not being a successful signing.
So we're allowed to have a conversation about Jack Grealish then?
Yeah, you can start talking about Jack Grealish, like definitely. But the other thing I would say is that just because even Haaland, who obviously couldn't have been better, like literally record breaking, he could still not be a successful signing for City. He signed a 5-year contract. If he leaves after 2 years because he's disgruntled and he wants to join Real Madrid and they've not won anything in the process, it's not definitely guaranteed that anyone is a success or not a success after 10 games. It's just too early to say, innit? But yeah, we can slag off Jack Grealish all you want. I'm right here for that if that's what you want to get into.
Nah, I feel like he's been there long enough to be. He's a flop. Flop nobody talks about.
Michael Walter, sorry to interrupt you, says, Joe, the empty raisin box made a mint whistle. How do you make a whistle out of an empty raisin box? That's some 1950s fun, that right there, isn't it? That's the sort of thing that my mum used to do when she was a kid. You're like, oh, you can turn the raisin box into a whistle. I'm like, really?
Your mum was a kid in the 50s?
Oh, I forgot.
My mum, yeah.
She's American.
She was born in 1958.
You said, is your family American or something?
My mum's side.
Mad. Yeah. My mum's 77.
Years old?
Born.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah, we were talking about years born. Mario De Silva says, someone like Bernardo Silva, are you just saying this because he's got the same surname as you?
Yeah,
is a great example of a winger who isn't particularly pacey, but is highly effective, aggressive, and intelligent with the ball. Well, me and Jay saw Bernardo Silva the other day in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other side of a piece of glass, but we saw him.
Where?
We were in that field goal club around the corner in the northern quarter.
Rudy's?
Just walked past walking his dog. And Jay was like, and I went like that. Like, Jay just stopped talking. I looked over my shoulder.
Did you consider jumping it?
Is that Bernardo Silva? Well, no, because he was round the corner, and also, I'm not going to jump someone.
Or was it because you was in a feel good?
I was in a feel good mood.
Feel
but trust
good.
me, if you'd have caught me on a bad day,
What dog
he's in a feel good.
I'd have put that dog up
As
his
soon as you
arse,
walk into the feel good club,
chucked him in the canal.
like you got to sign some sort of waiver. That
Yeah,
you
can't be doing in City like some of the best midfielders in the world just because he plays for City.
While sat in a feel good club.
To be fair, we've tried everything. It's not worked. We might have to start doing that.
I should have given him a dead leg. Can you get arrested for giving someone a dead leg? You probably can.
Yeah.
Depends
assault in it.
Depends how much someone can sell it.
It's definitely assault.
Is it assault?
Yeah, kneeing someone hard in the leg.
What
yeah,
if you like
that's
accidentally do it? Like, I don't know. Like, say you pretend that it was you and Jay in it. So
is that not just a fray?
Yeah, maybe.
Jay acts like he's messing about, and he just like gives you a shove, and you're like, oh no, and then bang into his knee, and then he's finished. Career done.
Yeah, it could be a fray.
Oh yeah, a phrase that when there's just like a little bit of like of a group argy-bargy on a night out.
Yeah, a little tussle.
Where no one actually really throws a dig, no one really gets hurt, but it's just caused like a commotion in a group.
Like loud noises and a bit of pushing.
Yeah, that's what a phrase is.
Yeah, exactly. Jacob Morris with a hot take. He says, I think Bruno's really good and I'm glad he plays for United. I could not agree more with that, Jacob. I love Bruno Fernandes. I think he's fantastic. And you watch, just genuinely keep an eye on what he does tonight.
Bruno.
He'll give the ball away 50% of the time he gets it. I'm not denying that. But then 50% of the time he doesn't give it away, he does something that like most of our other players can't do typically. Either a ball in behind, like the weight of a pass, the sort of the turn away from someone, looking up, finding space. Honestly, he does stuff so often that is really high quality. He just needs to be a bit more consistent with it, I think. But the teams are coming out now.
Anna, can I ask you a favour again, please?
Well, go on.
Can you charge my phone?
I like it. You're saying it into the mic like she's watching from home. Someone saying Bruno for a brace. We have got 4 minutes till kick-off. Give me your score predictions. I want your score prediction and I want your scorer. Andy Tate in the background. 2-1 to Manchester United. Who's going to score, Andy? Casemiro and Rashford. There you go. There's Andy Tate's
If we win by 3 goals or more,
Yeah.
me,
Shirts off.
me, Abdullah, and Joe will have a Millie rock off.
A Millie rock off. I've not thrown a Millie rock since like 2018.
Well, I've not thrown a Millie Rock in my entire life, so but I'm well up for it. I'll do basically anything if we win by 3 or more goals.
Anything.
You want Millie rock?
Anything. Yeah. I'm like fucking Oliver Twist singing to
All
Nancy.
right. Ask people to get in the comments.
Score prediction.
I always predict 3-1 Man United.
Yeah, well, stop it then.
I
No,
might
actually,
need
last
to
time you
stop
said this. And then
We
you didn't.
just won.
I'd do anything for you. You've never seen
3-1
Oliver
United
Twist?
like every single time.
I've never seen Oliver Twist, no.
Why have you not seen Oliver Twist? What are you doing around Christmas time? Do you not watch it on
Because
time?
my cultural capital has not been...
Yeah, but Oliver Twist is so deeply ingrained in British society that I think it's one of those things I thought everyone would
Well,
just
maybe I'm not.
Why are you so confused by that?
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Coca-Cola advert, that Holidays Are Coming advert? Holidays are coming.
I haven't seen that, no.
You know what I mean?
I'm being exposed.
I rest my case. Score prediction.
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Nice. Goal scorers.
A brace from Fred. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
The only brace Fred's getting is on his fucking teeth.
Antony and Rashford.
Antony and Rashford. Who's going to score for Tottenham?
Son.
No, you got it wrong because if they're scoring 1 goal, you got a prediction wrong. Imagine if they're scoring 1 goal, you just know it's a Harry Kane penalty, right?
That's a good
Isn't
point.
it? Every single game you watch, if it's like Spurs 1 goal, Harry Kane penalty, any big game.
Mark
Did
Wayne.
he score a penalty at Old Trafford last season?
I don't know, actually. Mark Wayne, who is clearly a big fan of musicals, has said, Oliver, not Oliver Twist. Oliver is the musical. So, sorry, I'll ask you again. Maybe that's where you were confused.
Have I watched Oliver?
Have you ever watched Oliver?
Legally.
Have
you watched Oliver? Just sounds weird, man.
Yeah.
Pause.
It's not a webcam. It's like it's a film. Sorry, Mark. Even though I've corrected the title, you still haven't watched it. Have you ever seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Not the
I've
Charlie
seen a
Factory.
funny tweet about that earlier, you know.
You've not
Like a
seen that
video
either?
one. You definitely watched that, surely.
Gene Wilder with his purple jacket on. You not seen that?
He's creepy, you know.
Why? Because he traps kids in a chocolate fountain and
Yes.
they never get found again.
Yes. But he is creepy, isn't he?
Yeah.
That was a cold movie, though.
Nervy.
Are you nervous? How are you feeling? I can tell with you, Ronaldo, whether you're nervous or not, because by the end of games when we're not winning, you just stop talking. And I respect that. You just go silent.
That's why I always usually say no to you when you ask me on Watchalongs.
I know. We've got Abdul in this time.
I'm not
so
very
he
suited to
can
him.
back us up if we stop talking.
Because luckily it's been like 0-0's been on an edge or whatever. But
Yeah.
in games where you're getting beat like 2-3-0, like I don't know what.
No, it's hard.
I'm just going to be upset.
Ocean Man says 2-1, Antony, Bruno and Son. Joe Curio says 3-1, Sancho with 2 and Rashford with the killer goal in the second half. Josh O says 4-0 United, Casemiro banger, Eriksen, Rashford and Bruno penalty. D. Joshy says 3-1. What else we got? Ethan Thompson says Rashford 2, Antony 1, 3-1 Man United final. Rashford?
Who's Rashford?
He's Rashford when he's late for something. Can we get a bit more volume, please? Voluminous.
Here we
kicked
go.
off at Old Trafford.
Oh, is this one of the rare times we're not behind?
Yeah, we're not behind. It's Amazon Prime Video, isn't it? Tottenham in there. Fucking absolute
That's
GameCube of a
such
kit.
trash kit.
I know. Purple.
So bad.
Purple, dark purple. And yellow.
That kit's proper doo-doo, man.
Yeah, it's gross, isn't it? I don't even know where you could wear that, like, if you weren't playing for Tottenham.
Halloween.
It's Halloween. It's an absolute Halloween outfit, that kit.
Looks like Sancho's going to be up against Thingy quite a lot, which is going to be difficult for him. He's up against Romero.
One very, very quick observation that I made literally in the first few seconds is the fact that, you know how easily De Gea played that ball out to Shaw?
Yeah.
How rare we ever get that in the other games. But I think because of the way
Tottenham is set up. They're
today,
leaving the
innit?
fullbacks.
Yeah, they're not onto the fullbacks, and obviously they're playing with a bit of a front two. I hope that's the case throughout the game because it allows us to do that again. De Gea into the low.
Yeah. The supposed probability
Great
of,
switch.
of Tottenham to win is 38% to United's 34%.
How have they worked that out? I want to know.
Just from the points gained this season so far, or something like that. And then taking into account United's home record and Tottenham's away record.
Okay.
It'll be form, won't it?
Probably, or maybe.
And past meetings as well, maybe.
The thing is, I feel like it will have to use a lot of opinion-based stats, which sounds like a massive contradiction.
Yeah, probably does.
Can stats be opinion-based? Not really. Or Benton Kerr being the most advanced.
Yeah.
One thing with this Man United midfield and that Newcastle game, not just one thing, there was many things to point out, was the fact that they could easily just get in sometimes off that loose ball because of Bruno and Casemiro or Fred. Not even it was mainly Fred and Bruno not trapping the ball. Really worry about that today, man.
I think he's on as well.
Yeah, he is.
Jeez.
Crossing. Martinez clears it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sancho.
Lousy, man. Again,
Okay, no.
man.
See,
giving the ball away twice in a row there.
It's because it's too, as I said, it's too...
Just lackadaisical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lackadaisical.
It's too laboured, lethargic.
Someone switched his Lucasade out for a Magnum again.
Go on then, go on then. Bit lucky there, Tottenham.
Oh, this game is going to be jarring. I could just tell.
I felt like it was anyway. I thought... But usually when I think a game's going to be dead and like defensive, and it always usually goes off. Because I thought Newcastle United would have been more high scoring.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good game.
Yeah.
Tough position.
To be fair, it wasn't the worst 0-0 in the
Played
world.
Well there, Bruno.
Go on.
That's weird.
Fucking hell.
This is
outright. There
played.
you go.
Go on.
That's
on it.
Go on.
actually brilliant from Fred. That.
Oh, okay.
It's because he does it. And he telegraphed that, you know.
Looked like. Get out to the right. There we go.
Dallo.
You're gonna do it. Pass it.
He would have passed it if it was Ronaldo.
Actually, what are you doing, bro?
He would have passed it if it was Ronaldo. Fuck me, man.
That was funny in the Newcastle game. He got in that position and he just didn't shoot, but like it was open.
That was a good position for Antony though. I think he should have been a little bit more direct.
He's a little bit predictable at the minute. He's got a touch of the Ian Robbins to him, where you
the thing is with Ian Robben though is no one ever could stop it.
No.
I remember Mick Beale, who might become the Wolves manager, was said to us one time. He was like saying, if Ian Robben goes inside every single time, how has no one ever been able to stop it his whole career?
He's unbelievable though, wasn't he?
Do you know how mad that is?
For like 2010 to 2012, or 2009 to 2012, where Robben was just like...
I remember him, the goal he scored at... when was it when he scored that goal for Bayern against
us?
Against us.
2010.
God, that was close.
I don't know if it was 2009
the
or
one,
2010.
the volley from the... Was it the volley from the corner?
Yeah, it was the volley.
The 2010 season when they lost in the final to Inter.
And then Fabio got sent off, was it? Or Rafael?
Yeah.
That game was pain. There's so many games. The thing is, that Bayern team wasn't that great.
Yeah.
There's so many times in Europe under Sir Alex where we could have just done it, man.
I know.
Although I would have fancied that into team.
I think we could have beat him.
Would have had a chance.
It's a good pass that from Shaw.
That's a foul. That's a bad foul.
He was offside anyway. The thing is, it was a good run from Fernandes, but Shaw was just late with the pass.
Yeah. It's good pass.
So far, Shaw's made a couple of...
Interesting.
To be fair, he was never on.
It's just off. I think he's leaning forward, wasn't he?
It's one of them fouls where he didn't even mean it. He just like trotted on him.
They've been a bit shaky in the first couple of minutes. Like
that kit is genuinely shit, isn't it?
So bad.
It's
Who's
shit.
done that, man? Like,
I don't matter. I don't even care about kits particularly, but you're just
hurting
looking at
my
them,
eyes.
like, what colours are going? Luminous yellow, purple, and black. What is that?
What's going on? It's like the socks. It's all, it's all
just,
over
it
the
is
shop.
awful.
It's like someone just vomited on a shirt.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just wear the white kit.
Oh yeah. They usually do, innit?
Yeah, because they wear white kit, blue shorts, which would not clash at all with United.
Oh my days! You just don't give him the ball.
Now maybe because the white shorts.
I'm glad Casemiro clocked. That's
Nice.
brilliant from Bruno.
See, that's what I mean.
Shocking ball.
Out left, out left.
Out quick.
Oh.
Fairs.
Oh!
What the hell? He spilled
Hell,
it.
who's
Fairs
that?
though.
Lloris.
Okay, now.
Jesus,
That-
a better shot there. That's in. Varane playing right wing.
No.
Look at that from Bruno. See, that's what I mean. I love that.
Expressions calls Lloris what Hugo Ray nephew or something like that.
Because he's just drunk.
Obviously, his incident that he had, the drink driving.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shit shot, really, isn't it?
It's a shot though.
Yeah, I think they're probably wearing that kit because they've said they'll wear it for X
Left.
amount of big games.
No man.
That's just a stupid. That is literally the best case scenario there. Fred's taking a shot. Look, there you go.
Hey, there's the apology.
Sorry, first of
He's
all,
done
he
it
didn't
already.
Smile this time though, because it's big serious match. The reason he didn't, do you know why I didn't smile? Because it was a corner, not a goal kick. If it was a corner, he got that.
Do you know what I mean? You just put one hand because it was a corner. But
Yeah.
we've already seen the Fred.
Yeah, the Fred apologies come out already. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the worst shot ever, but it's never going in.
Central.
Is
Not a bad couple of minutes for Man United though. To keep it up. I'm liking Bruno so far this game. He's having a good game. Good ball in the
it?
box.
Oh, straight.
Did you see though earlier when we didn't get to comment on it because we just had that chance? De Gea passed the ball to Casemiro.
Yeah.
Casemiro literally had no time. Perfect pass into
Whipped around
Varane.
the corner.
One thing I've noticed about
dangerous.
Casemiro as well, which I should have known because he actually did. He scored quite a few goals in it for Real Madrid.
He did.
Casemiro's a lot more of a goal threat from midfield than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
he
from
does.
corners, he's good in the air, and he's got a decent strike from outside there, and he can make these out of blue runs into
He
the
does.
box.
I remember one. I was watching Gladbach Madrid randomly, and I remember like he
third?
nipped one round he went the one that we got against Everton.
Yeah.
Where Rashford put into him, it was similar to that. Like he just makes them random runs.
Fucking hell, Sancho's not had a great start, but what I'm gonna
Sancho,
Using the ball.
Sancho, Fred, and Shaw on that left hand side. They
What-
all look a bit sloppy.
What
so
I'm gonna
far.
say though is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Casemiro was third top scorer, I think, last season for Real Madrid.
Was it?
No way.
I mean,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was
what it,
Casemiro?
Vinicius and then Casemiro?
I think it might have been Benzema,
Nah,
Vinicius, and it was
Rodrigo.
Casemiro was
You
third.
sure?
I'm not sure. I think he was
No, it
up
must
there.
have been Rodrigo.
shit.
Bro. Surely.
Can check where
on the
he
camera.
ranked last season. Perisic is going
Where
to
you
be the
get
step
your
over.
stats from, lad?
Okay, now.
No one beats Martinez in the air
Just-
or off the floor with his face.
Yeah. Bit of Phil Jones.
I don't like this midfield, man. I can't even lie to you.
Fred's given the ball away a lot already, hasn't he?
It's just us without the ball isn't as good as I want it to be. Like
Yeah.
it seems too open.
Don't foul.
Well done,
Well done,
Antony.
Go on, Fred.
That's okay. Keep the ball.
Go on, Sancho. Don't
I
lose
feel like
it.
Rashford's barely touched the ball so far.
Not getting the ball
Yeah.
at all. There. Oh, I thought we would have seen that.
Bruno dropping deep.
Touch there is important.
touch.
Played Shaw.
Yeah, he's got such a good first touch on it, Luke Shaw.
That was brilliant. Come on, United.
Martinez. Shaw.
Really need to do something on the ball because honestly, off the ball, I'm not liking the midfield. There just seems to be something where it's like one guy steps out where there's Bruno or Fred, then there's like a bit of a space that could just be attacked. I keep worrying about it.
Well done, Bruno.
Bruno's having a good game.
Alan Shearer
it's
on
a great
commentary.
pass as well.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Glad it's silenced.
Go on, Antony. Hit it, lad. That's in.
Oh,
Oh,
an
shit.
effort. What
Fucking
an
hell.
effort.
He's got it. It's a nice
He has that
thing he's got there, isn't
He has
it?
that whip on lock.
He's got that whip on it, hasn't he?
You think he can't like
Imagine
get it
that on
around
a dry
there,
boot
innit?
as well. He'd fucking spin it back to the near post.
Supposed he saved that.
That kind of.
Oh, just off the
post.
post. Brilliant effort.
Alan Shearer. Feels like FIFA with.
You
No
jammy
way.
bastard!
Bastard.
No way, Fred.
So fucking look at who's that? Basuma.
Basuma, but that sums it up, innit? Like, you would have thought Fred
doing
would have
his
been on
classic,
it.
Just sprint at him.
Oh. That sums up that midfield battle. Like, right there.
Yeah, Basuma's sloppy as fucking. Fred's just don't get near him.
We really need to capitalise, by the way, with this like little situation now because
I won't even blame Fred for that necessarily.
yeah.
It just was a bit unlucky, wasn't it?
Come on, United. Come on. We really need to Really need to get something. I can't wait for Eriksen to come on the second half. I hope he does, anyways. Because I feel like we're going to need him in that midfield.
Yeah. Go on then, win that, Varane. Well done, lad. Yes.
No, what? Backed out of that, bro. Even
Did
if
he
you
get
think,
conned by the shout?
Yeah, I think he thought.
Nah,
Varane
Ben
was,
Davis might have conned him, you know, didn't the whole or something like.
played Bruno.
Shouting Varane in a French accent.
Yeah. Varane. How do you say it? Is that Varane or?
Varane.
Yeah. That's so wrong, is it? It's so wrong.
Lloris. Would you swap Ten Hag for Conte?
No.
Probably win something with Conte, you know, straight off the bat, like.
Like we did with Jose.
Yeah, that sort of
a couple
vibe.
of little things here and there.
Not the Europa, because he seems to be rubbish in Europe.
I don't think Conte and the Glazers. I don't think Conte and the Glazers mix.
Yeah, but he's mixing with fucking Daniel Levy, who's, even if he's, you know, runs a club a bit better, he still doesn't spend any money.
Played. Get up off your ass.
Fucking lucky
Just-
pinball
This
bastards.
The old man.
This game's very end to end, man.
I hate how good Perisic
Step
is.
over. Yeah, he's gone.
He's done it.
Ooh.
Well
done.
Well in.
Dalot did well there.
Perisic is no easy player to defend.
He
against,
did
bro.
reach.
It's gonna be long.
Go both ways, but he did reach in on that.
gonna be
Like there was a left foot
long
chop
day
here where I was
for
a
you,
bit.
bro.
Oh yeah, there I was
Yeah.
concerned. I was
He
like,
goes down there.
Perisic went down.
If that's against Gabriel Jesus, he's on the floor there, isn't
Yeah.
he? And he's
He's
asking
just
for a
crying,
penalty.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Bawling his eyes out. Well, Man United have been doing that the last few games a lot.
Yeah, not getting
Martinez
anything.
into De Gea. Come on, man. That just played. There's something in this midfield that I just don't like.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even us on the ball, which is usually what pisses me off. It's off it. Like, they're just
Fucking
going
hell.
in so easy.
That hurts.
How's your head?
Luke Shaw just took an absolute cannon to the side of the head there.
Can't be honest. He's actually had an okay start to the game as well.
Ooh, right on the side of the ear.
Right on the
as well.
temple.
Yeah. That's sore. Do you remember when Alan Smith broke his leg for the ball hitting his leg for Man United?
Did he?
So he
I didn't know that.
They played a short free kick and like a roll free kick, and someone went to strike it, and he like dived after it like that, and his foot went under his leg, and the ball hit his leg under his foot, and I don't know if he then landed on it weird or just the ball broke his leg straight away, but he literally broke his leg from the ball hitting it, which I've never seen before. And then you see people get the ball smashed at the side of their head and they expect it to carry on straight away.
That's scary. That it's
Yeah.
not ideal at all.
Yeah, it was a weird one, that. Proper snapped his leg as well.
No, you're gonna let him shoot.
Apparently it was Reese apparently. Tottenham holding possession. That's just a
Bruno
hopeful kick,
seems
that.
to be really up on.
Fuck off, Kane. Well done, Luke Shaw. They've had a few lucky bobbles like that already, Tottenham, where you sort of win the ball back or you block the ball and it's just bouncing back to them every single time.
I don't like the midfield. There's a space there that just shouldn't be there. Like, I don't imagine Ten Hag's accepting that. Like, there's just a big bit. Oh, it's a big patch of space every time Spurs have the ball. So weird, because off it I would have thought, you know, Fred Casemiro would be fine, but
Well done, Antony. Good ball there. Who's that for? Him. Jumped under that, Rashford.
Has anyone ever seen Rashford win a header?
No.
his heading is bad. I can't even lie. His heading is bad.
Oh, he ran under the ball, didn't he? He came from the other side of the ball, ran under it.
First Premier League goal was a header though, wasn't it? That's the funny thing.
Against Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good header as well.
It was.
Don't know whatever happened to his head.
Squeeze, lads, squeeze. She had a decent start. We didn't make the most of it from scoring, but I feel like there'll be chances here today, though. Just got to take them, which we haven't been doing
I feel like
recently.
changes are going to be so important today. I hope he gets them right.
Good pass that.
Because this midfield needs something. Into the centre, there's something.
It's weird. I keep seeing that number 18
Centre,
shirt
centre,
thinking it's
centre.
Bruno.
Centre, it's been on
And it's
for
fucking
time.
Casemiro now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that ball was on for time, though.
I don't really know who we're crossing that to there.
Don't need to force
When's the last
it.
time we've seen Delo go round the outside on an overlap? It's always a central area doing a straight cross to nobody.
Yeah.
Try and beat your man. It's
Go.
like,
Why don't you pass out wide to Antony and then go around him? I think Delo doesn't realise that especially if you're playing behind someone that's opposite footed, if you go around the outside of him all the time,
Yeah.
you kind of catch the eye line of defenders, and it'll make it actually easier for Antony to cut inside on his left.
Especially if he is cutting inside,
Yeah.
that reverse pass is so easy on his left foot.
The defender won't, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's systematic or what, but Delo just seems to not actually want to go around anyone
Yeah.
on the overlap.
Nice.
Played.
Fucking Fred with dummies and everything now.
oh no.
That's all right.
Nice.
He didn't trust that ball on his
I
left
thought
foot,
he
did
was
he,
gonna,
Sancho?
I thought he was gonna lose it. That's what I was
Yeah.
worried about.
Yeah,
And to right.
it's too
to right.
slow.
The ball sometimes just a tad slow.
Get back
from
on side.
United. It's good. The positions are good that we're taking up. This is a horrible.
Sometimes I
offense
think we
at
can
the
get a bit wider there, Dallo. So we can actually start driving at the defender.
minute. Stretch the defence as well.
Yeah, like this. He's had a
Oh,
bit of space
Sancho.
between him and Doherty. He can pick up a bit of speed and then pull it back.
Yeah,
That's
He needs to do that
better
more,
from Sancho.
Yeah.
That's
He needs to
good.
do that
Luke
more.
Shaw with the cross.
even though he didn't.
Oh, it's not a bad ball, you know.
Yeah, but it's
There's no one's there though. Like,
yeah.
it's
but
one
you
of
can
them
see
where
no
you
one's there
will
before
cross
he
from.
crosses it.
but it's one of them where it's just perfectly setting up. You do cross it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
United need to do better. in the
Sancho needs
box.
to do that more though. Even though it
did
didn't
well
come
there.
off, it's better. Commit someone.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. Ronaldo De Bruyne, he starts really wide and then just drives at a fullback and knocks it past him. So
Yeah.
often our players are picking the ball up and they're a yard away from the defender, and you can't pick up speed. You can't, try and turn them around when you're doing that. Well, it's much harder to anyway.
They're gonna play out now.
Yeah. Tottenham got around the press easy there.
That's the worry with like pressing these lot with the back three. Oh, what's
Sick
up?
of
What's
fucking
up?
Harry Kane's passing already.
That is ridiculous.
Fucking hell, Sancho.
This is just gonna be a.
You
heart
seeing the
in
good and the
mouth
bad of Sancho, what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Too easy, that.
Yeah. Not playing like a defender there, is it?
Yeah.
And he's in the position of a defender. Just a lazy leg, really, innit? Would you put Mitrovic in this team?
No.
game. What, Man United?
Yeah.
He'd do well.
Do you think?
Just because you need a proper nine in it. There will be moments in this United season where he'd probably do all right.
That's a great pass from Bruno to Rashford.
Oh,
It's
Good
an
defending,
unreal
Dave.
pass that.
Good
Jesus
defending.
Christ.
Good pass, good control, good
Yeah.
defending.
And again, and
there,
again.
there, the ball. Keep shuffling
You
it.
thought I
across.
passed it last time, I get to shoot this time.
Fucking hell, his shot clock's gone off. That's what it is.
Got to get rid of the ball.
That's what he plays with. Plays like he's got ADHD,
Oh,
man.
Gone all the way back.
Respectfully.
Such a good pass, though, that to Rashford. I honestly think Luke Shaw's first touch is why De Gea passes to him every single time. Like, De Gea never clips the ball out to Dallo, does it? I think he knows that Shaw's going to just
But I
crack
think
it
it's
no
the
matter
angles
what.
that De Gea can pass at as well.
across his body.
You can't really like pass to the other side. I remember one game actually that always stands out in my mind. It was Leeds United away last season. De Gea played the ball out
Good
for
set.
a throw in
Good
every game, every single
You
time.
know?
Yeah.
Drive.
And a lot of them were on to the right.
Fred.
What a
Great
pass from Fred.
Rashford's on here.
Rashford!
Oh, bro,
Fine
take
corner,
it.
man.
This
Nah,
is
bro,
that's actually a very bad finish.
That's a bad
it is.
finish.
Straight at the
Fucking
goal.
hell.
Because you can take that on.
It's a great pass from Fred. That great
That's
run
a
as well
brilliant
from
ball
Rashford.
from Fred.
Week in, week
Great
out,
run.
missing chances.
Bro,
Just gotta
take
go
that
across.
on.
Yeah, he's put it straight at the
Hey,
goal.
Fred.
Take that touch as well to set yourself up.
Fred, I give you flack, man, but that was a great pass.
It was
Great
That's
pass,
usually
deserved
Rashford's
better.
bag. That
Yeah,
know,
it
in
is.
that inside right, the
Yeah.
inside right, he just goes
powerful
across the
shot
keeper.
across the keeper. He loves that. He scored one of them against
Yeah,
Tottenham already
yeah.
before. Yeah.
Oi.
Oh, come on, ref. That might be a booking. That he's late.
Argentina
Is
versus
he going for the
Brazil.
ball
That
at all there?
Fair enough, Fred. You know that was genuinely a very, very good ball.
was.
Very good ball.
Fucking hell.
Yes. Pretty bad.
It's not quite a booking, is it? But close.
Close to it. Yeah. Very late.
Great pass that from Fred. Fucking hell.
Come on, Marcus,
He
man.
could have took a touch first, couldn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
That was actually very central, that finish.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
even if it was a little bit wider with the foot.
Sometimes he takes a touch there and he just takes it wide and he shoots.
a
That
bit-
is one of his like proper common
More
goals. isn't it?
clinicalness, though. It's a bit hit and hope with it. It's just a bit like he just lashed at it.
Yeah, he did. His
man.
movement and his
lashed
speed
at it,
is
yeah.
so good.
That
it
was a
gets
good
him in
run,
these
yeah.
positions so often. Like, think how many shots he's had over the last 2 or 3 games, Rashford. Just fucking hundreds of shots. He's just in good positions all the time. Just his finishing.
Pace gets him opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it's unbelievable though. And that was just a good run. It wasn't even that he was that quick. He just stayed on his man, pointed into the space. Fred played the ball.
oh, we seen a Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw
Man
free
United
kick.
had
Wasn't
it.
it, Luke?
Nah, it's Bruno.
Bruno.
This. Come on, Bruno.
Oh!
Great effort.
Really
Very
good
good
effort.
effort.
Lloris has made a few
Man
saves
United have
already.
been good when they've been on the ball. Still a bit
We're
iffy
actually
off the
behind,
ball
I don't know.
when Spurs have any of it, but
No, you're
need to
wary of
score.
that.
What's the scores saying?
Southampton beating Bournemouth, Chelsea and Brentford 0-0, Liverpool still beating West Ham 1-0, and Newcastle are 1-0 up against Everton.
Fucking
Newcastle
hell.
play Everton, what, 20, 30 times a season?
Yeah, I think so.
That fixture is happening pretty much every week, unless you're playing Newcastle or Everton. They're playing each other.
Played.
Don't they? Newcastle
need
play
to
Everton
you know,
all
we,
the time.
listen. We need to score, you know, because
That's
the
what
issue
it
is
is.
Tottenham's one of them teams that they can proper shit out wins, and if you're doing this, they sit in a defensive shape, you miss your chances. They go up the other end. All it needs is one for Heung-min Son and Kane, and they make you pay.
Yeah.
5 corners already for Man United.
Look at
20
it.
minutes
We've
in.
scored from, what, 2 corners in the last 100 corners or something ridiculous?
Sorry, Martinez will probably not
Martinez header incoming. Oh, he was there.
Towards him, to be fair. Come on, keep the
Fred's
pressure
on.
on. Reds.
Fucking hell.
Played. Runs, good runs.
2 guys in a box, 8
Well in,
defenders.
Martinez, man.
I think he even needed to go like
Didn't
that.
need to go back, yeah. Right, just the
That
right
was
pass
on
here.
That's not anything
Gone
like that, is it?
long.
He's done well.
Right,
I mean,
Sancho
said
collect.
well.
Drive.
Go on, yeah, drive.
Nice, Rashford into Bruno.
Nice. And again.
Now
overlap.
use the low. Go on the low, drive at him, just drive at him, take him on.
There you
That's
go.
it, you can do it.
It's great from Dallo.
Played.
Sure. Oh!
Why doesn't Delo just do that? Because he can do that step over
That's
every
good.
time
This
and
is
beat
good
his
from
man.
United.
Fucking hell, man. We see
Brilliant
that
from
once
Shaw.
every 5 games from Delo, and he can do it.
The thing is, Perisic does that, doesn't he, for Tottenham all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works.
It's a great little sliced finish as well from Shaw, isn't it?
Oh, it's not one of them games, though, there. Lloris saves everything, though.
I
I'm not
know.
sure.
Well, he's done it so
Come
far.
on.
Anyway, what's that, like 3 or 4 saves already?
We look very good.
We do look good.
This-
On the ball, we look really good. Bruno clips it back. Fred and they just
Oh, my
box,
days,
no
he
way.
just bangs that. Oh, he's a bit side foot.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a bit
this
safe.
Was, but at
This
least
He's a
it's
bit
guy-
safe.
Sky,
this guy-
yeah. I thought that was
Gotta
going.
do
He went
that.
safe with it. Look, no one's in the area.
It's not a bad ball, you know. I thought, to be fair, I thought that would
Anthony,
dip in
who
him.
simply doesn't
Doesn't
have
use
a
his
right
right.
foot.
Could use
It's
his right
genuinely
there.
like he's been like someone's bet him. I bet you can't go a whole season without touching the ball with your right foot. And if you do, I'll give you 10
The
million
thing is,
quid.
sometimes you just think, just swing at it. You
Like
can't
that?
be that bad.
How
Like,
is
yeah.
he not going with his right foot there? Look at the side of Luke Shaw's face, red as fuck from
Yeah.
that across.
Yeah.
Did you see his
Yeah.
face? Looks like fucking Marv on Home
man.
Alone. You know, he drops that iron on his
Yeah.
head. Look, fucking hell.
Oh, imagine that had
Good
gone
effort,
in.
that, though.
Mate.
Home Alone, fucking Luke Shaw on the left hand side.
We should be up, really, innit?
Yeah.
I'd
Do you know
say
what I
like, at least
mean?
one.
But this
I
has
know-
been a story of our past few games, man. Not really taking opportunities.
played
Good
catch.
Touch, good touch. Strong.
This
Set.
front three does feel much more involved than it does with Ronaldo in there.
Oh,
Just
no.
so much more energy in there.
Yeah.
Even though we're saying about Sancho, not quite the same as the other two. Still just.
What do you think of
Sharp.
What do you think of Højbjerg, Abdul?
I like Højbjerg, to be honest.
I actually
I'm a
think,
fan, to be
no
fair.
exaggeration, I think Højbjerg's one of the better. He's one of the better defensive midfielders in the world. I think.
I think
Really?
he's one of
Yeah.
the best in. Yeah, to be fair, if you say he's
actually
one of the
very
best in
under-
the Premier League, then
I think he's a very underrated player.
yeah.
I think he's good, but I think he's thriving in this sort of system. I think if you played him in a more stretched footballing system
Yeah.
where you could be
Sancho, that
counter-attacked,
is
I don't
brilliant.
think he'd look as good. Bruno,
Oh, no. I would have slipped people
He
through
look-
there, man.
Bruno doesn't hit the target enough from them.
In
No.
them situations. So that's why
he's
you got
trying
to
to put
pass
the
that. though.
perfect fucking pace and whip and everything on it.
There was a
every time,
few
innit?
passes on it. Oh, Delors
Yes,
was
that's so
literally just
hard.
on his right, you know,
Yeah.
like, and he was actually free.
Look at this,
I wish he picked him
United
out there.
pressing nice and high up here.
Come on.
That's overhit. Fucking hell. Oh, he's done well there. Go on then. Heavy touch. He's a heavy touch on legs, in Bissouma.
That was a good touch, to be fair.
What?
United have
Fine,
had
wasn't
91% possession in the last 5 minutes.
Mad that.
It's mad though, because the way this game's actually developed,
Stinks of Tottenham. Winning.
it's actually a game where later on I don't think Ronaldo will be too
Yeah.
bad in, to be
Someone
fair.
who can like pass the ball across the box to him.
Yeah.
But then he's also got to make
Oh,
sure he's
shit.
doing. He's also got to make sure.
Oh, he's doing the press.
what- on the ball, yeah, off the
Yeah.
ball.
The
sorry.
reason we're keeping possession and being dangerous is because we're pressing as a team. Like, look at Rashford there. Ronaldo ain't doing that.
And we've just
And that's
won it
forced
like
a
that.
bad pass because he's
Yeah.
getting closed down by Rashford.
Come on, United. Come on.
This way. Ella's on.
Really want Shaw to just keep this game up, because when
Yeah.
he's in this kind of like form, where he's like actually making a difference.
Go on then,
as
Fred.
well.
Go on, Fred.
Good pressure. Played. Fred.
Shit it here. This is where we need to win the ball back high up.
The back line's like having weird moments in it where it just
Like
feels
that.
like,
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
from United. That good pressing again.
come on, man, we've got to keep the intensity.
This is how he's Tottenham's performed a lot of the season and just still won.
I know.
So exactly, yeah, you
Yeah.
can't really bank on this half in it if we don't score.
Yeah.
We see
Still
Sancho
promising
there
though
when,
from United. It's still promising.
Go wider.
when Bruno's on the throw. It's just
Because Tottenham don't want to. Tottenham, I know they sit back a lot, but they don't want to concede the chances they've conceded. Do you know what I mean? We've
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
good
you know.
chances.
No,
That's
no,
not part of
it's
the plan
not-
for them,
left
is it?
overlap. Shaw, man.
That should
Shaw
have
should
been
have
a
made
back.
that run time back, man.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, I thought that was in.
He's got a strike on him, you
He
know,
has got a strike.
Casemiro.
Is he left footed or right footed?
He's right
His
footed.
right foot.
Because that was his left foot, wasn't it?
He never really shoots with his left. Like, other than like if it's in the box.
Oh
that is a
my
fucking
days, that was a
centimetre
whistler.
wide. It's a great strike. I love. Do you know like when Matic was at his peak and,
Yeah.
and he had one of them in him? I love having a CDM who can fucking ping it. Lloris isn't even moving there, is he?
Come on, United.
Matthew
come
Freeze
on.
with a super chat, and I'll read it after
Played.
this attack.
Oh,
It says, "I'm happy. I like watching Man United play again, better than any other manager since Sir Alex. I have some.
What?
That's all right. I have some Paddock merch coming to the USA. Happy to rip United, but support y'all. Thank you very much for ordering that, mate. And yeah, I agree. It's nice to watch the watchers, isn't it? I don't mind De Gea doing that there, to be honest. Because I think the other option is he dawdles on the ball and we fucking give a goal away.
All the top like ball playing keeps would just literally like as that's coming, take it to the left.
Yeah.
And then pass it to the guy.
But he isn't that guy. And I don't mind that he knows that and that he plays it accordingly.
Come on, United, man. This is going to be so frustrating if we don't win this game. Because that's like enough chances
Yeah.
throughout a game, isn't it? Like that's what you'd usually get in a
Yeah.
Premier League game. And we've not bagged any.
Against the top team.
Yeah, against the top team at least, you'd get that. I mean, even against Newcastle that day, like, don't remember us like having a patch like this.
No. Obviously that Rashford chance is better than any we've had so far.
Yeah. Come on, United. Too easy. Played Fred. Brilliant.
Fred. Ooh.
Antony's to track there.
Yeah, he's
Antony has to track there.
Walking about.
Because he's the wing back's there and
oh,
the centre,
quality
the
play.
outside centre back.
Casemiro. Fucking hell.
On the left. On the left, man.
Shit
Sancho's
pass
there. It's just poor. That's bad.
That wasn't even a hard pass.
No.
I don't get it, man.
He's got a bozo gene. Just kicks in sometimes.
That was a great pass from Casemiro as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Brilliant from Casemiro, man. Oh, come
Apparently
on,
Casemiro's
man.
obsessed with like stats and stuff and gets his like little stat pack sent to him after every game to see how many like yards he's ran and passes and interceptions and all that. He's absolutely obsessed with it. I love that.
Can't know.
I thought De Gea could have had
Sounds like a virgin.
Played, Marcus.
with 4 Champions Leagues.
Yeah. And kids.
Yeah. Go on, Antony, where are you? That scared me. I thought he was going to get picked then.
We're going to get XG tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Can see it coming.
Yeah, 1.6 for us.
No, more than 1.6. Probably up there nearing that now.
Nice.
Played the low. That's it. Lovely. Go on, runs.
Sancho's on there.
Go on, run at you, man.
That's it. Nah. Antony.
Perisic seeing that all the way. Innit?
Yeah. Alan Shearer's on the mic like he's like, do you know on like a Call of Duty game where you've got someone who's giving you like tips as you go through? Pick up that grenade, go in behind. He's like, Jadon Sancho, there's no need for him to go up to the man there. He's got a one-on-one.
And then he'll be silent for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Pick up that grenade. No, we've heard that already, Alan.
Go around him.
Yeah. Hey, look over there.
Ooh.
I don't like this. No. Why is it just the low on the right, man? Double up. If you're playing against a back five, you have to double up.
It's a good pass.
Because they actually push Davis
as
well, don't they, usually?
Wait. Good pressure from Casemiro.
I'm loving Casemiro this game.
Yeah, he's been really good tonight.
Last few games now. Loving it. Just give the man a midfield.
Should have scored already.
I want Ericsson on, I can't lie. I would.
Yeah, Fred's actually played all right, but
no, I'm not talking about Fred.
But Ericsson just gives you that little bit of. He might suit the game even more because it's one that we kind of got more possession, so we might need his creativity.
And you know that Ericsson actually does run as well.
Sancho needs to be careful though, because before you know it, he'll end up being behind Alanga in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Martial's fit,
shit,
they're on the bench.
And then it's like Ronaldo might even be ahead of him right now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not a foul.
He's got to go for that.
Okay.
It's bang bang.
I don't get why Sancho, just that moment there on the left, just doesn't. And he's done.
He's gone round him once, beat him, and he actually got across him with his left. He just weren't decent, but just go again.
Yeah.
Well, it caused something though, didn't it?
Yeah.
At least make
just try it, because best case,
good pressing.
Even if they tackle you, it's not guaranteed that they're going to keep the ball.
Great ball from
They could tackle you to Luke Shaw.
Need more of that. Pressing there was so good. Comes out and then good ball up from Delo. We just need to keep that up, man.
Come on this way,
Fred.
Fred.
On the right. There we go. Casemiro's on.
It's a good area.
A ball, man. Onto that. You can see it's dropping there, Reds. Better pressing.
Win the ball. Well done. Well done.
Man United's structure actually was really
One go again.
Yeah, it's
like you just think, imagine with the right players in certain roles.
Yeah, the system itself looks really good. That's good from Varane there. Good choice. I thought he was going to try and whip it to Casemiro and not worth the risk.
No, that was
Second ball.
Casemiro, I think, wasn't it?
I think it was Varane. Casemiro went out. Oh, well, either way.
Yeah.
Whoever it was.
10 minutes left till half time, man. I think we should be 1-0 up.
Yeah, me too.
Or if we don't live to Rudy's issues, finishing.
A phase of everyone being unable to finish.
It'd be so nice to have such, a big game like this and have a convincing win.
I know.
Yeah.
Which just makes it a lot more just nerve-wracking, innit?
Yeah, it does. Well done. Go.
Oh, someone come across.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Lovely. Ref.
It's not a foul. It's too weak, to be honest.
Antony did well there.
Yeah.
To a blind alley and still managing to pass the ball inside. Nah. Bit of an arm around his back.
Højbjerg was very smart. He was very smart there.
Because he didn't grab the shirt at all, did he?
No. played.
Rashford did
Now
well.
that's got to go to the left quicker.
go,
It's
go.
got to go.
I thought he was going to shoot then. I was about to lose my head. Commit him.
Brilliant.
Well done. I'm glad the
Is it Anthony Taylor? He don't really give fouls, does he?
Fred, genuinely the worst professional football I've ever seen in front of goal. Genuinely.
And the
He
thing
proper
is-
snatched
You know
at
the
that,
first time
innit?
you ever play fucking pool and the ball, the cue goes over the top of the ball, it just goes.
Yeah.
Dum. That's how Fred just kicked the ball.
United are just. I don't know how we're this good at pressing.
Fucking Martinez doing ball rolls over his shoulder there. Come on.
So surprised at how good we've been.
I know.
Oh
Yo,
my
boy.
word.
Anthony,
Lovely.
you bastard!
Anthony.
Oh,
then he does
fuck. Doing
that.
1-2s off fucking Perisic now.
He got bored, innit?
Really good pressing and pressure this from United. Hit it, Fred.
Slip it.
Oh!
No.
I thought that gone in.
Wait for it.
That's going to be so wide.
Wait for it. Is he
Oh,
positive?
well, let's see this
Oh,
again,
shit.
now, Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Where's the... I thought Fred had scored then. Sorry, I've got...
That was class
No,
from
wait.
Anthony. You know.
Please tell me it's a corner.
No,
Oh,
of course
that-
not.
Look,
How do you shoot that badly, man?
He's
Like,
trying to-
surely, if you know your shot's going to be like that, like, you've shot like that so many times.
because
you pass
imagine Ericsson in that scenario. It's nestling.
Yeah, or he's just not shooting because he knows it's...
it. Brilliant, Casemiro. Go on. Yes.
Oh. Yes!
Sancho getting in for once.
Go on,
Come on,
Dallo.
Dallo, just bang it,
PSG
just
style.
bang it. Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, his head's gone.
He
Sparked.
smacked his face.
Who's that?
Finished
That's
him
such a
off.
fucking Eric Dyer thing to do. That.
Where's
Is
this
it Eric
ref, by
Dyer?
the way?
I don't even know. Just
like him.
fucking Goldberg from WWE. Of course it's Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer getting knocked out by the football is the most Eric Dyer thing I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, bro,
Jesus Christ. He
right
takes it in
in
the
the-
mouth as well.
Yeah.
Do you know who Eric Dyer looks like?
Who?
Do you remember Chicken Little?
Eric
Am
Dyer.
I wrong? Is it called Chicken Little? There was like a movie back in the day.
What, that?
No, not that. There was another one. No, not that. There was another like chicken movie and he looked like him.
What, Chicken Run?
No.
Ed and Eddie.
He's lucky. He's done well here, Eric Dyer. I don't know if he's... I'm not saying he's faking it, but it's come at a good time, that, because United are absolutely swarming at the minute, aren't they?
It's probably this has come at the worst time for us because we were
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
We were on him.
Like, sort of that post-goal kind of intensity that you normally have to wait to score to get. He has just took it right in the fucking chops there. Stuart Little, do you mean? The mouse? Nah, that's not him either, is it?
I think he looks like one of the Ed and Eddies.
Which one?
The tall one that wears the green.
I never watched that. Ed and Eddie, let's have a look. Well, that one. Eric Dyer.
This one.
That's harsh.
Do you not see it? Eric Dyer looks like the Ed and Eddie guy that wears the green. I can see it.
Dyer. I can see it, but I can
Nah,
only see
not
it if
him.
I'm being nasty.
I was thinking of someone else, man. There was... See, it's not Chicken Little. There was another movie back in the day and the guy looks like Eric Dyer.
He's up now. That would hurt though. He took it right in the mouth as well, didn't he?
Are we actually behind or not? I feel like we're level.
We are level, but there was just one time when someone said something happened just before it happened. So I just Eric Dyer going off the pitch. Surely it's a United possession drop ball. Matthew Fries says, "How does Fred still believe in God after he shoots?
No comment.
Maybe he didn't pray for goals.
Yeah, he's not done his prayers today.
Exactly.
We need a goal before half time, though.
Yeah, we do.
Come on. Hopefully Old Trafford up it again because the crowd was getting into it as well.
It was proper going for it, weren't they? It seems like Antony loves the sound of the crowd, doesn't he? Because he turned into, he just went for it. Like that little spin on the touchline and the skills going down the wing before.
Yeah.
He loves the crowd getting up for him.
Come on.
Yeah, it's mad how much better at pressing we are under Ten Hag than we were under Rangnick. It's amazing that we're actually trying.
I thought Bruno.
If you better pass, man, it's just like he's in stride.
There. On the left. There we go. Now Sancho make the run wide.
He's crossed it into Antony.
What are you doing?
Know your players.
Cross? And why is Sancho not running there? He's just standing like.
Low IQ football. He's looked up, so Antony and thought, yeah, I'm going to whip it on his head.
The setup just feels so right, but these guys with the final ball sometimes, man, like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's
a great pass. Brilliant pass.
It's not on though, is it? Unfortunately.
Yeah, go on, Marcus. Just keep it there.
He's well tracked.
There we go. Nice.
Drive.
Runners.
Go for him.
Runs. There we go. Onto the left. It needs to be quicker there.
The switch is so slow.
Yeah, man. Just if we just do everything.
Fred saw Bruno done with the ball, and he's done it twice since. I think Fred's just learned how to done with the ball. That you don't have to like kick it when the ball comes near you.
We need Eriksen on. The way the game's playing out, we need his creativity, his quality.
Yeah.
You've got Bruno doing erratic, impatient stuff. And then you've got Fred, who hasn't really got that incisiveness, even though he did it once to Rashford, who missed.
Even though he still had the best chance of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say. Some game from Casemiro, though.
Yeah.
It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? Go on then, Sancho. They do feel like the wingers are much more willing to track back now, though, than they were last season. Even Sancho.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he was in that right back position and the tackle was shit. But like getting back and, working. See, again, forcing bad passes with a good press there. Great pass from Casemiro. Almost.
Well played.
J.E. Frasconi says, Antony and Martinez are class, have character and very entertaining. Last season would have been easier to take if I'd have known that all my favourite United players were playing at Ajax. Yeah, I would have just watched them instead. The manager, great players.
Ajax 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The only way they can get around our press is by going backwards at the minute, which is quite...
I'm so surprised at our press
testament.
just because of how much football we've been playing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so difficult to keep it up, but...
Don't foul him.
The good thing is, though, you don't actually have to press that much because, like I said before, United had 91% possession for that 5-minute spell.
And it's more like structural based as well.
Yeah.
It's like where we're actually...
So actually, the better you are at pressing
ourselves.
and keeping the ball, the less you have to press and the less tired you get.
I'm genuinely very impressed. Like,
Yeah, me too.
and surprised.
It's a
Because I thought we'd still be in a bit of like a patch.
That pass was on like a good... That pass was on a good 5 minutes.
You got to take
earlier.
a foul.
Yeah.
That's why you take a foul.
Yeah.
No, you take a foul there.
Oh, no.
That's the difference between us and City, man.
Everyone's taking the ball in the fucking face.
Hey,
right?
head injury.
You know what I like about that?
Oh,
His head probably don't even hurt him.
In a way, though, it's lucky it didn't because... Is he all right? It's lucky it didn't because if he'd have blown the whistle straight away, the drop ball would have been a Tottenham ball.
And now it's going to be...
It's our ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he got lucky because we had one less man.
Yeah.
Comfortable, really, for De Gea, that, innit? Any
Oof.
goal.
Right.
Everyone's taking him in the face
I know.
today, innit?
Right on the
It's been about
jaws.
3.
I hate Tottenham. I'm already sick of this because if Tottenham are to win this game, it's going to be from something like that. And you just think, for once being on this side of it, do you know where we're controlling all the game and having all the ball?
Yeah.
Realise how frustrating it is to get counter-attacked.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
Delo's had a better last 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
That's good passes inside, better runs,
Yeah, definitely.
better crossing, good defending there. Just needs to keep it up. Has he broken a tooth?
I don't think so. Has he?
He's like, he's reaching into his mouth. Like,
Get that putted back up, get a new one in. Dallo just getting a bit of treatment on his face. 2-minute stoppage time.
come on,
It
United.
seemed alright. It didn't seem. The other two were like hard, like crosses and shots into the box. That was a bit more tame, wasn't it?
That Dyer one looks so bad.
That Dyer one would really fucking like taking it just there,
It just looks like
like
it's
in
gonna
your mouth
sting.
and nose.
Oh. know, it's funny if you ever get hit like with a ball in the face back in the day in school.
Yeah.
Like, no, it just stings.
Horrible.
Leaves a mark.
Shit.
Imagine that from a Premier League footballer in your
I know.
face.
When they're hitting it 70 miles an hour into your fucking nose.
Varane's been good.
Yeah. 40 seconds. Come on, let's get some here. End this first half with a goal.
I can't lie, man. I want Sancho to do better, bro, because they're just play Bruno. That's a foul. That I thought that was anyways.
I love that from Martinez. Just not waiting ever, is he?
Fucking hell, frustrating.
It's going to be half time, I would have thought.
Yep.
Come on, United.
Is he not going to put? Is he not going to put another minute on though?
I know, yeah, for him holding the ball in his hands for 2 minutes there.
Okay, now Sancho's been a one player below par.
Yeah.
Close there to nip in.
Perisic.
Don't like this.
It's a shit
Play.
touch as well.
Shit touch.
Half
Good
time.
pressure the low. All right.
It'll be half time.
Come on.
Hello.
Come on, man. Someone come short.
Take your time, Delo. Take your
be
time.
fair.
Tricky time of the game, though, innit?
Yeah,
You don't want to
you
give a
don't wanna
chance
lose it,
away.
yeah.
With a third, and then you just give
I'm
the ball
gonna
away
lose it.
instead.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go.
Brilliant. We've probably conceded.
Great tackle.
Fucking hell,
Martinez there.
Martinez. I mean, the ref. Let's just play another.
Go.
Half time.
what's
Manchester United 0. Tottenham 0. We'll hear from Andy Tate, who's going to come in now and have a chat with us. If you want to come around this way, Andy. Alex Bailey said, I meant the other way, but that's fine. Alex Bailey said Ronaldo Brown could come into. Oh, how is that still there? He said that ages ago. Andy Tate joins us. How are you feeling after that first half, Andy?
Quite satisfied,
Yeah.
dominant, very disappointed, but yeah, the break came at a really good time.
What are you disappointed about?
The finishing.
Yeah.
Rashford should have bettered it. Same Rashford from Sunday. Just disappointing. So we should be at least 1 goal to the good, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with it. I'm pleased with it. And just more of the same second half. But you could tell. I see Conte. He's pissed.
Yeah.
You could see him. He's screaming. So Tottenham's gonna be a different Spurs coming out the trap second half. Even I had a sniff, have they?
No, because that's the thing, isn't it? Like you were saying before that, if we're going to lose, this is what it looks like almost. They sit back and all that. But Andy's saying there, Conte up and screaming. I don't think he'll be happy with this first half because they've not sat back and been defensively brilliant. United have cut through. United have had chances. United have been really good, haven't they?
And I think they've not dealt with Man United's press. And I think genuinely some of the best pressing I've seen United ever have. Maybe the best. Like, it looks structurally right, doesn't it?
I didn't see the Tottenham game when they played Arsenal. Is that the same sort of performance first half they played?
I think Tottenham weren't as bad defensively. Weird, like, on the
Tottenham
ball.
were much more of a goal threat against Arsenal.
Yeah, they were much.
Because I didn't see that game.
They missed the final ball in that game, Tottenham. Like, there was a lot of moments where Son, Kane, if they got it right, and especially Son in that first half against Arsenal, where it could have been a totally different game. It was a bit like us against Arsenal, where there was a couple of breaks, but. What's impressive with United is Varane, Martinez are pushing so high up. We're winning the ball well. Them two are doing great. Sancho's the only one for me.
Yeah, that's the axe I've got to grind. Like you say, Ronaldo said, it's a comfort thing.
He just
really,
seems like
he's really irritating now.
he doesn't want to fight.
He don't want it. He don't want it.
I don't know what it is with him.
It's a
really want
comfort
him
thing.
to do well.
It's a comfort thing. Because Rashford went through that. I think Rashford sort of went through that phase. It's a comfort thing. It's a comfort thing.
I think with
then
Rashford, it's more like when he's out of form, he can hide a bit and he starts overthinking.
But it got a lot personal with Rashford because he was missing chances and people were getting on his case and he responded to the fans. Now this is like I say, this is Rashford syndrome with Sancho. Comfort. The abuse is going to come eventually. Like the criticism, he's going to start getting criticism. You can't keep playing in your little, hiding your little room, playing your Xbox games and thinking you're brilliant online when you're playing for Manchester United.
Just a few stats for the first half then. So United, 19 shots to Tottenham's 5 shots on target for United, just 1 for Tottenham. United with twice as many attacking third passes completed as Tottenham as well. Like surprisingly, it's only been 52% possession for United. But again, when you look at the area of that possession, United, like I said, have had 104 passes in their third. They've only had 53 in ours. So they're having possession, but it's like round their defence, isn't it?
That's some of our best football we've played this season.
Yeah.
Just on the Everton game first half. Really is.
It's in uncomfortable positions for Tottenham. So Tottenham will leave you have the ball. They'll give you the ball, but it's where they'll give you the ball. Like the areas we've had the ball, Tottenham, Conte does not want United to have the ball in those areas. We can't keep this
going for 90 minutes because eventually they're going to come into it.
Yeah, 100%. But this is a very good performance. I agree. It's a bit like Everton.
That we've not got the goal, because there were periods of that game where it's just before Dyer had his head injury, where United were just completely like rampant almost. Do you know that? Do you know
like wild dogs? There were like wild dogs all over or something.
Yeah, like do you know when you're 2-0 down in a game and you get one back and then there's just that swarm of intensity, like we're gonna get. It was
smell blood.
It was that kind of feeling. Yeah, like they smelt blood and the crowd were up and Antony's spinning people, doing step overs, going down the line. Like the pressure and the high press from United was, like you said, probably the best I've seen it. Certainly in recent years, it was brilliant at times in that first half. Are you not gutted, but a bit worried maybe that we didn't get that goal? This is kind of what Tottenham wanted. They wanted 0-0 at half time, didn't they? And they've got it.
Yeah, this is what worries me, because on Saturday they played really, let's just say, they were watertight sealed up against Everton.
Yeah.
Didn't get a sniff, and they just ground out result and did it on. This is what scares me, and I just... if we keep playing the way we're doing, we'll be all right. I think, we definitely need the 3 points today.
Yeah.
I mean, the results looking on the screen now, I mean, we're thought an 8:15 kickoff is a stupid thing in the first place, but we've got Liverpool breathing down our neck now and Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, as it stands,
we're out the top 5.
Yeah. As it stands, Newcastle are 1-0 up against Everton there, which puts them a point ahead of United. But obviously United have got a game in hand, including tonight's game. So we'll finish this game and we'll still have a game in hand. Liverpool currently winning as well against West Ham. That would put them 1 point behind United on the same games. So we need those extra 2 points tonight, really, don't we?
Yeah, we need the win because we are desperate for this tonight. I mean, I'll just say as Rashford's in
straight at him.
Straight at him. Look, head down, all the time. Doesn't look up anymore. Doesn't look up. This is what he was doing. He looked up every time at the start of the season when in the goals he was scoring. He was looking up now, head down, shoot. Fucking use your eyes, man.
It's that one as well is like textbook Rashford, isn't it? Where like that position is the ball running across him.
Oh yeah,
he gets to pull it across his body,
position.
which is what he likes. You'd think he'd do
if
better.
If that was Haaland, he looks. Then he decides to shoot. Yeah. But it's Rashford. Head down, shoot. Head down, shoot. It's not good enough.
Yeah. A lot of positive comments, actually. Hopkins Miracle says, we just have to keep pressing. Surely we can win this match. Peter Schemmel says, I feel like there's been some really good progression under Ten Hag already. Feeling better about the long term. In terms of like signs for the future, and obviously it's not just about the future. We need to win this game. This season matters as well. We are starting to look a bit like, or certainly in this game, I think we look like a team that has a plan, has a vision, has a system. Yeah. This is a well-drilled, well-performing team tonight, isn't it?
I mean, like I say, it's 5 months, isn't it? And you can see what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's the best we've played this season. I think that's the best we've played all year.
Yeah.
Because the team was pathetic last year.
Yeah.
Embarrassment. And they're buying into it. It's going to say, what's it going to be like in 5 years' time if we're playing the way we are? But it's still it's half this team still not his. He's getting his players in, and he's gonna make decisions. He's gonna say if we're not pressing home advantage, he's gonna be quite disappointed.
Yeah, I think Casemiro, by the way, has been sensational so far. Some of his passes, some of his composure, and just the way he gets the ball, and like you said, he actually looks up, finds a good pass, wins the ball back.
Looks up. That's the beauty of football. Use your fucking eyes, not have your head down shooting.
Yeah. I think he's been excellent, Casemiro. Just a few stats then. Bruno Fernandes created 6 chances, which is twice as many as the next player for Man United, which is Sancho. Sancho getting a bit of stick, but he's second on attacking third passes. But again, is he doing the easy things rather than pushing himself and doing the difficult things?
No, he's playing with his baby blanket. That's what he's fucking doing. His baby blanket, his teddy bear football. That's what it is. He's not fucking busting a gut, but he's just not doing anything.
Yeah, playing it a bit safe, isn't he, Ronaldo?
Yeah, that's what gripe with him. I think everyone's putting in a good performance today.
Everyone's putting in a
apart from Sancho. I think Sancho's been the one weak link, and it's what's frustrated me about him is the couple of occasions where he's actually been a bit more direct and actually had a go at though. We've had success, and he's either got round him. I don't know why he doesn't do it more.
No.
It's all a little bit too safe.
I mean, does he think it's all right? I can do just a few times during the match when you got and that's it. I've done my bit for the day.
So yeah, sometimes you think you want him to have some games where like all top players have it. We've seen Rashford do it before. We've seen obviously Ronaldo do it hundreds of times. Where like you just go, that was his game tonight, and every time he gets the ball, he's driving, and every time he gets the ball, he's cutting inside and having a shot. Rashford has it before where he just blew them away tonight. And I'm still yet to see that from Sancho, where it's not just
promising
fleeting moments
youngsters.
here and there.
This is promising youngsters. Haaland, Sancho at Dortmund. They were on fire.
Yeah.
Bellingham on fire, and he comes in. It's like he's playing in a safety blanket. What's Bellingham going to be like if he came here? What's he going to be like? He won't be in a comfort zone. He'll want to play. He'll want to win. It's like he'll bring like Haaland. They'll bring their experience and the mentality.
Yeah.
Sancho, he's left it on the bleed in the Bundesliga.
Fred has been decent, hasn't he?
Yeah, Fred's actually been played. Played well.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you, he's played well, but I'm concerned we're gonna rue the chances.
Yeah.
That we missed.
This is the thing with Fred. I mean, he had that absolute stinker Sunday. Look, everyone has an entitlement to believe in themselves and do what he does. And he was smiling and laughing on Sunday. I don't... Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking smiling in front of him. Maybe that's his attitude. Yeah. But after that miss, I've been having a right hard look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah,
I could have won that for us.
It seems as though he has a bit.
He just smiles. It's all right. No, it's not, lad. It's bloody not.
You nipped out before Ronaldo. Give me your overall thoughts on that first half. Are you impressed? What did you like? What didn't you like from United?
I think that's one of our best halves of football this season. If you're actually looking at it from a performance standpoint, but apart from the finishing. But if you're looking at it in terms of build-up play, defensively, speed of attack.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was just last
Sunday.
Sunday. But defensive line tonight, we've been brilliant. The midfield on Sunday was awful. Tonight, the midfield's brilliant. And now it's the attacking options that's not firing. We've got 2 out of 3. If you get that third bit done, you get it clicked, you've got a machine there.
I think Casemiro's been good today as well. I know he had a couple of passes go astray, as he sometimes do, but I think he's been a very, very, very positive player for us. And I think he's contributed to how much better we've looked defensively recently.
I mean, that shot, I thought that was such a sweet shot.
It was one on his weak foot as well.
Yeah, sweet strike.
Yeah, it was really good. What we expect in second half then? Do you think
more of the same?
Do you think Tottenham will look any different?
I think Tottenham will be better, and that's the problem.
Tottenham, that's going to be the problem. They're going to go. You say like Conte will say you've absorbed all this. They've had their dominance. Now it's your turn to go out and give it them back.
Yeah,
I think Conte is going to give him a proper hair trial.
Yeah. Because it's not like they've stopped us creating chances, is it? That's the thing.
No.
Like if this was this, there are many different 0-0s, and this is a 0-0 that Conte won't be happy.
This is what I mean. What Tottenham do you get?
Yeah.
That is not Tottenham in the first half, and now you're going to get Tottenham where you know you're going to be in for the game.
Can I just say, win, lose or draw this game, I am so glad we've got a manager that wants us to play this sort of football over a manager that wants us to play Conte style of football. I'm not saying that one will be more successful than the other long term, but when you just get to watching this, having watched United under Mourinho for years, is so much more exciting. It's so much more to look forward to once we get the right players, once they master this system. Like, it's so much more.
There's ways to be winners.
Yeah.
There's ways to build. Everyone's got to win their own system to win.
Yeah.
Conte had it, Mourinho had it. If Conte still believes in it, it's good luck to him
Yeah.
because he's proved it around
and the
Europe.
thing is, obviously, if you said to me you can win a Premier League playing like Conte or you can win fuck all playing like Ten Hag, I'm picking the Premier League. But when there is no guarantee of winning any trophies in football, give me a team that wants to win the ball high up, that wants to score goals, that wants to be attacking and quick and physical and forward thinking any day over one that sits back on the edge of their own
It's
box.
it's like with Conte when he was at Chelsea. They won the league the following season. They won the FA Cup and they were way off the pace in the league.
Yeah.
So he's still got it.
Yeah.
No matter how you play, they believe in your system, believe in yourself, and you'll always be in it in about it at the end of the season in any competition.
Yeah. Martin Ahmed Mansour says, greetings from Denmark, boys. Greetings. And Michael Walter says, Bruno and Fred never again. How are Spurs above us? Because Spurs are good
At
and they
grinding
have
out
got
results.
good players and they're great at grinding out results. That's the thing. It's just seeing Darwin Núñez's head of that really good goal, actually.
Apparently they missed a pen by West Ham.
Did they?
Schmegs.
Didn't they miss... Who was it who missed a penalty the other day as well against... Was it against Liverpool?
City.
I can't remember who it was now. Someone conceded a penalty. I think it was Arsenal, wasn't it? Was it Palace against Arsenal? Anyway, we're just looking at some of the other goals, the other games. Is that Almiron?
It's not looking good for
That was
us.
Trippier,
Almiron
that.
with an
Was that Almiron?
absolute
Whoa.
gem into the top corner.
Perla.
I'll read a few comments while we get all the seats and chairs and musical chairs rotated
In other
out.
words, Andy, get out.
Yeah, cheers, Andy. We'll see you at the end of the game. Mike Howell says, morning from Australia, lads. Morning. XNTR1C says, Ronaldo on for Sancho is not going to improve us. Just talking about substitutions. Would you make any substitutions, Abdul? Or would you keep it as this for now?
I'm so tempted to hook Sancho off, but
Yeah.
Who do you bring on then?
But then that's the issue, isn't it? Like, if it's Sancho, then it's Ronaldo 9, Rashford onto the left. But then is Ronaldo gonna keep up that intensity and that pressure?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The way the game has played out and the kind of match that I'm seeing, I think Ronaldo, it would have been more suited to this game than the one on the weekend. Actually,
I just don't think we regain any of the possession that we were doing
I
with
think
Ronaldo.
if you get
though,
Rashford
man.
in that situations that you've got Sancho and you've at least got someone that's pacier and direct.
But then that's
doesn't
my thing
always
with
come
it,
off.
yeah.
Doesn't always come off for Rashford. I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, seeing it, but
There's a bit more intent there, innit? No, that's my thought process with the whole, like, bringing on someone just so you can put Rashford out onto the left. And in a weird way, he's almost more of a goal-scoring threat in that inside left, isn't he? So the only thing is you'd need Ronaldo to do what Rashford's been doing in that middle, which he's not definitely going to do. And it's very important to keep that pressure up, but we'll see. I would love Eriksen and maybe Rashford and Ronaldo on at one point in the next 20 minutes.
Oh, Martin has given it away
Martinez.
there. Straight to Heung-min Son. Bruno breaking his own ankles trying to get back.
the commentary sounds like FIFA, man.
Yeah, it does, isn't it? It's a bit dead.
You like give the ball away and then like 2 seconds later it goes, sloppy giveaway from Martinez. And then there's like a pause.
Fernandez. Just fucking late single word announcement because
Yeah,
you can't string a full
yeah.
sentence together. Go on then. Yes.
Come on.
Bruno.
Yeah. No.
Great
Go
pass
on,
there. Back
go on.
post.
No,
Sancho.
back
Sancho.
post.
Sancho's
Go on,
on
Sanch.
here.
Fred!
Look at his grin.
Look at his grin.
Fred side footed into the bottom corner.
Let's
How
go.
many deflections did that take?
I don't know.
Definitely one.
We've seen
Maybe 10.
We seen a
20 yards out. Fred with the side foot.
We seen a fucking Sancho Fred combination.
Unbelievable.
Most heavily
The worst two
criticised
players.
scrutiny.
Yeah.
This is what. Oh, this is brilliant from Bruno. By
Yeah,
the way,
it's the right pass. And
Go
again,
on.
Antony, good passing to Sancho here. And what does he do with this?
Sancho
laid
lays
it
it
off.
off very well.
Oh, it's fucking-
biggest.
Love it.
I tell you what, that is an awful shot.
We
Look,
take
that is
those.
going straight to fucking Lloris if that don't
We
get deflected.
take those. Let's
We
go.
take those.
Unbelievable.
After the half.
It's mad after the half you have. That's the goal you end up scoring.
I love that. I prefer that.
I'm happy with that.
Prefer that. I love that we've come out this half and got that
Andy
goal.
Tate
man.
went to get his jumper.
Come on,
comes back
United.
and 1-0 up. Yeah, nip out again,
Brilliant
Andy.
stuff.
Fucking hell. That's exactly what we need. A great time to score that. Just when Tottenham think they've rode out the storm.
Frederico. Let's go. Fred.
Red Fred Redemption.
That was used so much last season.
Yeah.
Anytime Fred anything decent, everyone
Come
said
on,
that
United.
redemption.
Because every week it's a redemption, isn't it? Because he was shit the week before.
Yeah.
We need to double up on Perisic, man.
Yeah.
Well in Varane.
I'm not gonna lie, I think De Gea was catching that.
Oh, it was Varane. Do you know, because they're a similar height and one's 18, one's 19.
Play Bruno,
Confuse
man.
them all the time.
Bruno's doing things that I'm liking this game, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Bruno's been another one who's played decent.
He just has a composed moment in it today. Played Marcus.
The back control.
Go on, Marcus.
Go on, Marcus.
That's what I want to see. Just batter it. Oh,
Go on, Marcus.
Oh, that was fucking.
That was actually.
Maurice,
that was
you
unreal.
dickhead.
That's what I want to see.
Not gonna lie.
Left-footed shot and composure. That's not Rashford.
Lloris is the only Tottenham player to turn up today.
He is.
He's been good.
Come on.
Go on.
He's on, he's
Go on.
on.
Go on.
Go past him.
Skin him,
Skin him.
Oh, come on, keep it up, Red.
This is so good from United. What's on there?
He's offside.
Offside.
Antony.
Well done, United.
Nah, Rashford.
Unlucky
Was it?
Rashford.
Oh, he didn't do much wrong there.
We just need Rashford to find corners, more corners.
I know,
But that
it's
was
going
left
straight
foot,
in the
and he
goal.
had to send 2 defenders.
Fucking hell, they did well.
That's a
Rashford.
much better effort than his first one, anyways. Because I thought he was going to shoot when he got it in that angle, and he would have been.
This
tight.
could be 4-0. This United just fucking should be 2-0 up at least now, shouldn't they?
Well in though, man. I'm loving this.
Yeah, me too.
Bruno,
Really good performance.
so
this.
impressive this game.
Yeah, he's been
Just
great.
because it's like he does a lot of the attacking stuff. Come on, United, don't concede.
Go on. Oh shit.
That's what they're doing.
Oh.
Fuck, that almost-
Kane, Son, it just happens
I
quick,
know.
innit?
Just like ball up,
balls
nod down,
just drop.
goal. I thought he'd scored then.
But like Bruno
That's
in
not a
this
corner.
game, it's moments where like you know in that corner where instead of booting it up, he's like composed, brought it down, gave it to Antony.
I think Ten Hag must be having a word with him about you've got to think for the team more than you're thinking for yourself. How has he got a corner out of that?
These are the type of corners.
Martinez,
These are the type of corners you concede from. They are quite dangerous from corners as well.
Their first corner of the
crowding
game.
out De Gea as well. There's about
Come on, United.
14 players inside the 6-yard box there.
It's always the corners that.
In-swinger
It's always the corners that aren't corners that cause problems.
Well done.
Well in, good defending.
Bruno and Antony.
It should be Perisic. Which way do you force him?
That's out. That's fucking shocking.
Well done, good defending, United. Come on, United.
And the fact is, that shot was going like
Yeah.
straight at like a borderline dribbler.
Yeah. Lloris could have just dropped his glove on it and stopped that until the deflection.
The thing is, do you know, like when Rashford like hit off his back there,
Yeah.
and he ran on like and just
Yeah.
that's the thing that I say I want Sancho to do. Do you know, like he just had that intensity about him in that moment.
And a confidence as well.
The thing is, Sancho's so talented, man, on the ball.
He's got talent, man.
On Fred,
No, he's lunging there a bit.
fighting United, I love it.
Get out fucking docket, you dickhead. Who is this ref?
He's been
Just some bloke from the pub who's been like.
What?
That's a bit harsh, but other than that, he's been really good
I
at
was
it.
gonna say, who's this?
I thought it
actually
was
like
Anthony
it.
Taylor.
No, it's a lookalike.
He's from the Bald School of Referees, co-owned by Mike Dean.
I don't know how he's giving Casemiro a booking there. He's not even touched him. Did you see that?
Yeah, I thought that was Fred.
He didn't
Was that
actually
Fred?
touch him.
I thought it was Fred that kicked him.
Yeah, it was. Gave Casemiro a booking.
Come on, United.
Someone pressed their own button at Amazon HQ there.
Yeah.
See that Lloris just popping up on the screen? There
Someone
we go,
put-
that's what they wanted.
Oh, they did it. What did he do it like a second earlier? So
What is
Casemiro,
that?
hurry
But
up, man.
you make the mistake, but then why are you so casual?
that was Varane.
Like Varane, why
That's
are you
Casemiro.
casual
What a pass.
there? But why are you casual after doing that?
sure
Like
it's
just
Casemiro.
sort of like just walks over to the ball afterwards. Like deal with it properly.
Is it too cool for school thing?
Oh, it was Varane, sorry.
What are them boots?
Pretty nice.
Who sponsors De Gea now?
Adidas.
Oh, is that Adidas? Oh.
Do you see them? Because he had them 500 gloves, didn't he? Like,
what?
He had like a special briefcase that had gloves that said 500 on because his 500th
yeah.
appearance of the weekend. Well done.
So weak.
Well done, Fred.
Come on, man. Hold your man up. That's it, Varane. Much better. Come on.
Is that not a foul? No.
Play on. Just get on with it.
Bruno just sprinting into the back of their players.
That was a McTominay special.
It was.
Well under low. Love that. Oi,
Come
man.
on, ref.
Flying
He
into
ain't got the
challenges.
fucking
These.
ball, has he? They're pushing up a bit higher now, Tottenham, aren't they? Trying to press a bit more.
This is where we need to take advantage.
It's almost like, remember on FIFA when it used to be a thing that when you scored against the computer got better, so you didn't just batter them. It's like that Tottenham have got that turned on. Like, because we've scored, they just get better.
Now they've woke
now.
up. I don't think they've been that good. I think we've just took the foot off the gas as well.
Maybe.
I think this might be a good time to introduce Ronaldo.
Nah, it's only 53. 7 minutes after
No,
half
is it
time,
like
lost.
the way the game's going? It doesn't have to be now, but
Yeah.
is it like in the next 10, 15? Just because if they actually continue to leave space there on the break.
Ronaldo on the break.
No, but then for me, he takes away from defenders. It's like when he came on against Arsenal.
It's
You
like,
know, when he leaves
I
it
think
for
the way the
Rashford.
game was in the first half, where they were kind of penned in and we were getting opportunities,
There you
was
go.
more.
But I think, in the game. Oh.
Go on, Marcus. Anthony.
Oh.
I think in the game against Arsenal, when they were really trying to get that game back and there was space, he sort of took the presence away.
Yeah.
But sort of took the attention away from Rashford. And it gave Rashford a lot of space.
Can you imagine some of the finishes that Antony's put in that far corner in training?
Yeah.
I bet some of them are just unbelievable, aren't they?
Like that effort in the first half. How does he even bend
Brilliant
that?
header, that man.
Unreal from Martinez, man. So good.
Drive.
Go.
This one
past
you
it.
drive and shoot. Just shoot. Stinky boy.
Stinky, that man. That's so like, he didn't even do a move, he just ran straight at him.
I'm sick of him, bro.
No step over or
This guy
anything.
stinks.
That was just running. There's no.
I think it's confidence. Because Jadon Sancho's got more in his locker than a jog, a bit of a step to one side and a shot at the defender's legs. There's a step over in there somewhere. There's a body feint. There's something.
A body feint or something.
Yeah, like
give me something, man.
I know that's what I would have done.
Man's against Christian Romero, just thinking I'll run straight at him and hope for the best.
I know, yeah.
And then he just
Premier League
shoots
football
it
list.
into his
Oh,
feet.
that's good.
Bro, these men are playing like
Tottenham have been so trash as well, man.
And
That's
Marcus.
Oi, that's a pen.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, that's what Sancho should do.
Yeah.
Again, it's an example. Just
That's good. That.
come on, man. Well,
Marcus there, the willingness to get that ball when he's nowhere near favourite.
Oh, is it might be gone now?
No, it shouldn't be. Marcus.
Yeah,
I thought Dyer
double
touched
knees
it.
it.
Yeah, Dyer gets like a
thought-
little touch on the ball and then it ricochets off Rashford.
Yeah,
Come on,
Basuma.
another goal.
Heading
please,
each other there before.
Well
Well
done,
done.
Marcus.
Good pressing this from United and Rashford.
Fans are loving it.
Yeah.
Come on, United, man.
Do you know that before where Rashford cut back inside on his left foot? That was like the old Rashford again there, wasn't it? Where he actually looks like he's got a bit of dribble to him as well.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like the stop and the shot on his
Yeah.
left. Even old Rashford didn't use his left foot a lot, I'd say, innit? Like,
Yeah. Oh, we went too early there. Everyone got done.
look at Antony.
Two guys trying to do the
Racing
same
back.
press.
Yeah.
Come on, that's the intensity we want to see.
Yeah, that's good from Antony.
It is red.
Martinez is absolutely.
It's
I'm not going to say. I'm
so-
not saying. I'm not saying. I'm
Yeah,
going to say
don't compare,
56 minutes. Yeah.
Don't say
That's
anything about
it.
him and Kane next to each other.
Yeah.
But Martinez is so good, isn't he? And
He's a-
has been since.
I've genuinely
Yeah.
not seen like a defender like him.
No.
Like he's a unique.
It's like
profile.
Bruno Fernandes, but at centre back.
Like, he's such a unique profile, isn't he?
Yeah.
Even the give and go there from Sancho.
He's fucking over it. That fucking Basuma's been shit today.
Yeah, he has been.
I think it was a very, very bad decision from Conte to go with that midfield three. Honestly, it just feels
The
like
thing
it's
is
causing
that-
chaos more than playing
Yeah.
out.
They've just not had enough creativity on the ball.
They
have
miss Kulusevski.
They could give Man United a lot more to think about as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've got Kulusevski and Richarlison injured. That's why.
Oh, they're both out.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
first. That makes sense. Then.
But what's the other option in the centre of midfield? Because neither of them are playing there, are they?
Sure.
What they normally do, have one of them as a 10.
No, they normally have. They play like a 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Are those all full time, by the way?
Yeah, the full-time scores across the rest of the games is Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1, Brentford 0, Chelsea 0, which is a good result for United. Obviously, Chelsea dropping 2 points.
Yeah.
United can now go above them if they win tonight.
Come on.
Which is unlikely because we'd have to win 7-0.
No, but we can do that on Saturday.
Oh yeah, Liverpool beat West Ham 1-0 and Newcastle beat Everton 1-0. So
Back-to-back
I've
1-0s.
seen a lot of Chelsea fans like worried about that Brentford.
Do you think Liverpool have woken up?
I don't think they've woken up because I don't think they'll be as good as they were. But I think
they're not
going to
be as bad as
as bad as they were they? Like,
yeah.
They've been too good for too long to finish with fucking 6.
Oh my days!
Get a new fucking head.
What?
He needs an upgrade.
What the? Nah, Sancho's drunk today, man. He's drunk.
He's what I told you, bro. He's had a Magnum pre-game, bro.
Hey, Alanga.
Yeah, Sancho's playing like someone's.
Might be Alanga time.
He's behind him. He's behind him.
I think if he's better in the air, he reads that better. Because there's no reason for it to
He starts jumping and going ahead.
Yeah, I think he just don't read it properly.
Comment soon.
I've got him captained on FPL.
Are we behind? I don't think we're behind though.
I've got Rashford captained on FPL as well.
Why?
Oh, it's because it's a double game. Not a double game week. It's like a game week with like barely any teams playing in it.
Yeah.
Good lad.
And it was either him or Kane. Don't know. I just had a feeling it was him.
Fuck going for Kane when you're playing against him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm one of them United fans. Like, even if I know Kane's scoring, I'm just not going to
Give a foul there. I was going to say give a free Kane. I need to know who this ref is. It's spooking me out. I reckon he's got the real ref tied up in a fucking.
I think they've picked him up from the pub.
That's a booking, that.
Across the road.
Yeah.
He looks like a proper
bloke.
Yeah.
It's been good though. How do we find? If anyone in the comments knows who this ref is, can you let me know?
Give him the World Cup final, Joe says.
I wouldn't say give him the World Cup final, but certainly give him.
Jump up when you can, Bruno.
Remember when Howard Webb had what World Cup final was it? 2010.
See, they're all bald. Howard Webb, Mike Dean.
It's not Bobby Madeley or Bobby Madley. It's not him.
It's not.
It's not him, is it?
He's the one that touched his dogs in it, allegedly.
I don't know if we can say that.
Allegedly.
I'm sure it's not him because I recognise him. Simon Hooper, who is just a new name to me.
What a don.
40-year. Fucking hell, it's only 40. Jesus
Nah,
Christ.
you can't have a child and name him Simon Hooper.
He's 40.
I think he's, yeah,
How old's Jay?
42. This
He
man
looks
is
about
2 years younger
10
than,
years
than
younger than
Simon Hooper. Simon Hooper, apparently. Tell you what, he's been good. Just been slightly more lenient than your average ref, and it just makes
And then calling actual fouls. The only thing was that yellow card was a bit.
Yeah, he got that one a bit wrong, but his actual temperament throughout the game has been good. Remember the start of last season when the refs were like, we're just not giving any fouls anymore. New experiment, no fouls.
Yeah, no fouls. Just going to be
the
there.
first 6 games, it was just fucking beautiful, wasn't it? And everyone was getting injured and all the managers were going mad. But it was so good to watch. Apparently he's given 17 yellows in 6 games and no reds.
Okay, no.
Averaging under 3 yellow cards a game, pretty lenient. I don't actually know what the average is.
I don't know.
Talking out my arse.
If you had to guess, what would it be?
4.5.
Yeah, I would have said that.
Bet people who are really into betting will know that, because you can bet on number of yellow cards, can't you?
Yeah.
Come on now. The game's been really sort of stop-start last few minutes, hasn't it?
For how bad Tottenham have been.
Run. There's a Delo there, run. Keep making that run. Drag away defenders. I like the idea there. Just
easy, readable though.
Simon Hooper.
I want to see what happens when Tottenham actually trying to press for an equaliser and it gets a little bit more stretched.
Do you know what?
Because that's when you want to keep Rashford on the pitch, isn't it?
I'm going to call the next change.
Go on then.
It's going to be Eriksen on for Sancho. And I think he's actually... Because he did that a couple of times at the start of the season. I don't know if he'll do it again. But do you know where he'll play like Bruno or Eriksen wide?
He'll play Bruno.
Yeah. Oh, Bruno, part of the three. Just because I feel like he does not want to lose that intensity in the press.
you think Sancho gets like sort of pissed off with himself because he's progressively got less and less involved and less effective, like to the point where he couldn't even control the ball a minute ago? Do you think he's like working around in his own head and going, for fuck's sake, you're playing shit or whatever? Because
Probably
does.
why he knows he's got, because come on, man, the guy's he's got serious quality, like on the ball. Like, he knows he's not doing anything with it. Like, surely when you've got ability like that, I think there's a lot of players that go off instinct a lot.
Yeah.
That like they can have frustrating times and they get used to that. But
go on then now.
if you've always been effective and then you just come up in this type of form, it's a bit long, isn't it?
Fred, just playing it around now, United. Such a better outlet to have in the middle of the park than McTominay or Fred and Casemiro. They're just receiving the ball off the defence. Like, it's just night and day, that, isn't it? It's just absolutely night and day. The consistency that you can play that sort of pass.
No, man, that wasn't it at all. Great
got lucky
tackle.
there.
Brilliant
I don't think he
Varane
touched
as
the
well.
ball.
That was brilliant from Varane anyways.
Yeah, it was. Corner to
Nice.
United.
Good stuff,
play.
man. Come on, United. Man. I want a clean sheet.
See
and I
more
want
drive going
more.
up fullbacks from Dalot than Sancho.
That's mad, that, innit? Like how your fullback is taking on.
I feel bad, like criticising him. But
I
he's
do,
just
but
been
it's just
so
the quality we
ineffective,
know, innit? Like we
Yeah.
know he's got that quality.
Antony on the corner.
Intense. Go on.
Come on, man. Don't just hoof it in. Yeah.
1-on-1 here. It's technically 1-on-3 as well, but
Yeah.
Come on, in the hole.
he's just a walking first touch, Luke Shaw, isn't he? Yeah, go on then. Fuck it.
Look at Romero pressing right wing.
There seems to be similar sequences from United this game. Like when they go back to the keeper.
Go on then, Fred. Oh, he got lucky there. Looked like it just bounced off his head, didn't it? Rather than actually trying to head it
Fred
back.
making runs in behind.
Go on, Jaden.
Go on,
Got
aggressive.
to show
there.
inside there on the
That's a
press.
lucky lump, that. Oh, it's
soft.
fucking soft, that. Is that Son?
I don't think you need to run into him though. If
No.
the ball's bouncing towards him, you just need to stand.
But yeah, I was just saying, I feel like there's certain patterns where like sometimes we reset from the keeper at certain moments and it actually works. And then there's times where we'll be like, okay, we can play through here. And it's about like game management and having a structure as well in the way you press, in the way you keep the ball. The last couple of games, again, the Newcastle game was a disappointing result, but there was that feel of, okay, some of these guys actually know what they're doing. Come on, United.
Andre Barbosa, who's been a member for 23 months, says, got to give it to Luke Shaw the credit that he deserves. He's been superb today so far. I think he's been good. And he's been a constant outlet for all of the defence and the goalie to give him a ball. And his touch has been sublime every single time. Go on, Marcus.
No, it's just
Couldn't quite get it down, could he?
It's just a little bit unpolished, man.
Yeah.
His touches there are just dead. Could have just swung his left at it though.
Just playing balls over the top now for fucking through balls.
De Gea doing it and all.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
His hoofs have been good today.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like,
Could have just swung his left foot at that though.
as it was bouncing.
I think he never quite had
I don't
the
think he's
roll
got
on-
the minerals in that. In him.
No, not on his
Or
left.
that.
Fucking Harry Kane doing his usual little nudge. Casemiro and his
Smart,
sons.
though.
Varane, I've confused him again. Fucking 19 and 18 on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, that's why he
That's
confused
why.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Racism.
two similar numbers.
Numbers.
Cancel, Joe.
The telly's far away.
What do you reckon's the next sub then?
It's got to be someone for Sancho, unfortunately. As much as I'm desperate to say that he's turned it around in the second half, he hasn't really.
Do you think Alanga comes on?
I think he'll.
Maybe though.
Just for pure countering
Yeah.
purposes.
This game,
Maybe
Alanga
Alanga.
might come on.
Yeah,
It
I don't
makes
think he
sense.
will because he never brings him on. But I could make a claim for that. Or if we want to keep hold of this possession, bring Eriksen on. But typically, Ten Hag tends to bring Fred on at this kind of time.
How does
that's
Perisic do that? Yeah, and he plays wing back.
That was dangerous. That, you know.
But my man, what's his name? I'm not. I'm gonna stop saying it now.
Yeah.
Sound like
Bruno
I'm just
doesn't do
attacking.
that if he gets a better angle and like energy, as in like give me the ball.
Yeah.
From Sancho there, just a bit like left him in no man's land.
No, Kane's on. It's a good save.
Good save.
What a
Great
save,
save.
Big Dave.
Go on then, Jaden. He's offside anyway.
Lovely shot. Well played.
Fucking hell.
What a ball.
Beat him.
That's, there's runners though. Don't just beat your man for the sake of it. Oh,
Oh, it's a good
nearly.
idea.
No, Fred.
Let's go! That's
Is that a Fred assist? Accidental.
assist!
It might have been accidental though.
Assist. It was accidental, of course it fucking was, but it's in the back of the net. That's all that matters.
What a sequence
Just
of play from
strokes
Man
it in there.
United. there.
Antony did so well there.
Antony
to keep
did
hold of the ball.
brilliantly there.
What's going on here? What with VAR in this for?
I hate when they pan to the
Just
ref.
cut to
like,
the, just
randomly.
cut to the ref, and you're like, right, I'm about to get hurt.
What's going on here?
I feel like he's put it in front of Bruno here just to see him to run onto.
It's offside.
No foul there.
No handball. Yeah, sure.
Unreal
Finish.
I can't see how that
What
would be
a finish.
unless it's a handball.
That's not assist.
Even if it is.
I was.
You know what? On the bounce
Bro,
as well.
what
That
a
is such
finish.
a good finish.
Yeah.
That ball's not rolling to him. That ball's bouncing.
Even
to
the goal he scored against Southampton away was on a bounce.
Yeah.
Like the one from below, like the cross.
I can't see how that would be ruled out. I don't know why he cut to the ref there.
Come on, please, United, man.
I don't know if anyone
Get
over
one
there
or
can
two
hear
more.
what's going on.
Yeah, he was offside anyway.
Kane was offside anyway.
Yeah, but why does that matter?
No.
He played advantage.
Oh, maybe they're panning to the ref to say, well done for playing
Oh,
advantage.
right.
Oh yeah, because he could have.
Because I was buzzing with that.
2-0.
But, by the way, Shaw, the two guys I want to highlight there, Shaw and Antony. Shaw played so well into Fred, and Casemiro's ball out to Fred, to Antony. So good.
Yeah, it was. It was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
And the run across as well, Antony there could have lost the ball, could have gone for something too spectacular. I know the pass was slightly heavy in the end, but he just put the ball in the right area, didn't it?
I was having a discussion with a mate like when we were signing Antony, and obviously like I remember him saying like, "Oh, the fee's too high," like, and I agreed with him on it. But I thought he like people kept bringing up, and he kept bringing up the fact that like he only had like 6 goals or 7. I don't know how many goals he had in Eredivisie, but it didn't look too good for like an Eredivisie stats. But one thing I always brought up is when you watch his footage at Ajax, that thing where he's coming to the centre there, I seen him do more of that for Ajax.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous because he just drives all the way and takes defenders away and actually creates something. That doesn't really give you a goal or assist directly because like, it just ends up with something happening. But it's
I think
so
Ten Hag
important.
just loved him for the kind of balance he gives the team.
Yeah, and that he's shown balance this
yeah.
game, hasn't he?
He offers a hell of a lot, and the goals and assists will come. He might cash in the Premier League. He's already been doing that so far anyway.
Kane across it. Good little read
Well
there.
in.
Dallo looking
Okay,
over
now.
his shoulder.
Well
as the
in,
ball's coming
man. Love that. Come on. We can get 1 or 2 more, you know. I'm not even going to lie.
Antony and Sancho swap wings as well.
I want to see how he do on the left because if my man can start playing on the left, Antony, then he's got it all, innit?
Yeah.
That is
Fred, I don't know what Fred is even trying to do.
That's
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, he takes a touch and then the ball bounces off
And
his
he thinks
leg
I'm
and
gonna.
He's like,
Is
I'm
that
gonna
come?
spin and
Yeah.
Look at Casemiro. Just drop to his knees.
double wank offs as well.
Is that what you called?
That's what he was doing on his knees with the double wank offs. Classic Casemiro. Go on, Antony. I love it when you see replays and you don't see the actual match.
Look, he's gone on the left
Yeah.
and he's doing bits. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Interesting to see what Antony would be like on the left, you know.
Yeah, actually going past players and crossing the ball. They tried it for a minute the other night because Ronaldo was in the middle. I think to try and get crosses into him.
Yeah.
I love that.
What a tackle.
Fucking hell.
Mate, we're winning everything. When I see Casemiro putting tackles, I wish he played Rashford in there, you know. Should have took the risk.
It's all right. It's all right. Keep the ball.
Yeah. Played.
Yeah.
Bruno taking pop shots now.
Well in, man.
It's all right. Good effort.
this has genuinely been one of our best performances.
I think it's been our best performance all season so far.
All season and for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've not seen us, in terms of off the ball, on the ball, like intent, like wanting to make chances.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really impressive.
It feels like things aren't just happening by chance.
No.
Like the way Casemiro's winning the ball, like the way Bruno's getting into certain areas, he's been a bit more composed.
Yeah.
Really want us to keep a clean sheet as well.
Great pass as well.
No. Oh, Fred, find him. Oh, I wanted that turn.
Fred with the turn there.
Oh, listen.
Jesus. Listen to the crowd.
Okay,
He's won it back though.
Won it back.
Rashford.
Rinse him and bang.
Oh!
No, how has he saved that?
Fuck.
How has he saved that?
That is a save and a half.
Because he's fucking smacked that.
I've got my FPL.
He's done so well there, Rashford.
What?
To be fair, it's still.
Yeah.
You know
He
what?
could. Nah, that's an effort. That's an effort. I don't know how he saved that.
So hard.
So unlucky not to score.
The fact that Rashford hasn't scored in these last 3 games is astounding, isn't it? The amount of chances he had against Ammonia away and then against Newcastle as well. McTominay looks like he's going to be coming on in a minute.
He's gone for McTominay.
I don't know who that's going to be for, but
I really want Rashford to score, man.
yeah, me too. Bruno with the cross.
Oh, Dalot. Fuck me.
I really, really want Rashford to score, man.
One-way
because he
traffic
deserves
this
it, I
whole
can't
game.
lie.
Yeah. I might have to save that. Tina, I can see your message, but just because of the finality to it, I'm going to have to leave it to the end of the match, I think. Actually, no, I'll slightly tweak it so as not to jinx us. Tina,
You're a believer in the old jinxie.
I'm not at all, but I know everyone else around me is going to go, oh, God, don't read that out, touch wood. So far, we've beaten Liverpool, Arsenal, and tonight we are beating Spurs. And we lost to Brighton in the first home game of the season. Big turnaround. Yeah, it's a massive turnaround. And if we were to win this game tonight, no other team I don't think has won as many games against last season's top 6 as United would have if we win this.
Big game merchants.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yes, Antony's
Ref.
just a little bit more quality to him than I thought he had.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually got his passing and his touches and the way he dribbles. He actually is. He's a good player, isn't he? He's not just like,
He's talented. I think he's off now.
He is off. He's
Good
been
shift from him.
tonight. Showing a replay like he's scored. In the outside of the post. This has happened a few times. If you noticed, holding and touching this left thigh. I think over the last
you thought he was
games.
So he's took Antony off and Sancho survived. But
Antony's got a
Injury
small
thing
knock.
in it.
I don't know if it's just that. I also think it's because give Sancho 90 because he's not starting against Chelsea.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think Martial will be back then?
I don't think he'll start because he's not.
Yeah, if he comes, he won't start though.
But yeah, Antony. After 2 or 3 games already, in the last 2 or 3 games, Antony's either touched or grabbed or pulled his shorts up over his left thigh. I think there's something going on there that's been bothering him for a bit.
I know Rashford hasn't scored, obviously, but he's played through the middle, and it feels like he's had a proper striker's game.
Yeah,
which is something that I was worried about. Like, I've thought against the back 3, Tottenham, Conte, he might not get a sniff, but the first one he should have really buried because that's his bag. Like on that inside right. Take that little bit of a touch where he always sets himself and just drive it across goal. But the other 2 chances, brilliant. Like, again, he works with a little bit of space because the defenders do very well to double up. But then composure and shift it and shoot. Lloris does very well, of course.
Yeah. But no, he's got on the end of stuff. He's made stuff for himself.
I just really want him to score, man.
Yeah, me too.
So Bruno has gone right wing.
It almost looks like... Can't really see. Well done, Shaw. Just with a little grab on Kane.
Tottenham
just slow him down. Tottenham look a little bit demoralised.
They just haven't turned up.
No.
Do you think there could be... I was having this discussions with one of my guys over the week, and I just said, like, you could just have this burnout with Conte. Do you think that could happen at any stage this season where, like, I'm a bit unsure with them. I don't know if you guys are like that with Spurs, where I'm like, they could either be like a proper solid top 4 team, or like they can hit a wall, like where they've got these injuries and they've got Champions League.
I don't know. I think it's more of a big game thing. think
'Cause I've
Tottenham
seen
under
some weird
I think Tottenham under
performances.
Conte will win all the games that they should win against everyone else, so they'll end up finishing top 4 anyway. But I think it's the big games that Tottenham always found wanting or fragile, apart from when he plays City for some reason.
Yeah. It's almost like when they're against a team that is considered their level, they shit it.
Yeah.
When they play against a team that is like better than them, they can kind of
I
play
love
that underdog
Luke
role.
Shaw,
Yeah.
Martinez.
They can play against. They usually end up grinding out their 2-0 victories or whatever, because their quality always ends up showing against the smaller teams.
Yeah.
Even when they're playing, because this season Tottenham have played pretty much like this, but scraped wins still all season.
Like the Arsenal game, for me, until that red card happened, I think they were 2-1 down when the red card happened, but they still looked really dangerous, Tottenham. I think they would have scored more goals if that red card hadn't happened. Whereas tonight, they've had their best chance. Harry Kane was offside, and other than that, it's been, Kane from a really tight angle straight at De Gea. They've had 2 or 3 semi chances. See, that's good from Sancho, and that's shocking from Fred. Hold on. Luke Shaw's been absolutely excellent tonight.
Go on, Marcus.
Go
Love
on,
it.
you've got fucking Dyer on toast.
Oh my God.
That would have been such a fucking pass, that.
Fucking hell.
What
It's a great
about-
idea. And the thing is with McTominay, is when he gets into those situations, he
that.
pretty much does score.
Yeah, like the one when he scored those 2 against Leeds in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's got
McTominay's got a good finish on him. Oh, he almost.
I was brilliant from
put everything
Rashford there
open
because I didn't see that pass.
No, I didn't. Who are they bringing on? Is that Sessegnon?
Davinson Sanchez,
Davinson Sanchez, and then I don't know who he is.
Oliver Skip.
Is it? Couldn't see him properly.
Yeah, Conte's fucking had enough.
Yeah, he has.
Fucking hell, 10 minutes to go. No sign of Ronaldo, lads.
No.
Okay, no.
Why would you? What do we need him for?
Not now.
We're 2-0 up. We need industry and hard work now to stop them doing stuff. You're not going to get that, are you?
Oh. Ronaldo fanboys are going to be after you.
Well, I don't see him doing anything. He's not. He's not going to do what Rashford did just then, is he?
Nah.
Fight someone off, sprint down the line, like beating his man. And
The
then
only
playing
thing
a
that
pass
people will
across.
argue is that the chances that Rashford's had,
Does he have them chances?
Ronaldo would score them, but then people have said that off his career standpoint. But this season, I've seen Ronaldo be more than wasteful in front of goal, to be honest with you.
Well, the thing is, Ronaldo's always been quite wasteful. His goal conversion isn't that great. Shot conversion, sorry. But the thing that he's been so good at
movement's insane.
is
He's always
getting
in chance.
7, 8, 9, 10 shots
Oh,
every
what a
single
ball,
game through his whole
Rashford.
career.
He looks miles
Bruno's
offside.
one-on-one with a goal here. He's absolutely skinned him.
Skinny, but he looks offside. He's offside. He looked miles off. That's why I didn't get excited.
He did so well there, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bruno absolutely skinned Lloris there.
Why are all the rest on the line was bald?
You know what's mad?
He didn't need to be, but
You know what's mad? He
offside.
didn't need to be at
No, he
all.
didn't. He's literally in 10, 15 yards of
Yeah.
space there. Absolutely destroys Lloris as well.
Oh, imagine that. That was a ball from Rashford.
Yeah, it was. That's what I mean. I think Rashford's had a brilliant game today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not skipping him.
Creativity,
coming on
shots, just missing the finishing. Would have been nice.
now. Basuma off. Lucas Moura on.
Fucking hell.
Buzzing with this game.
Has Lucas Moura been bald his whole career?
He got balled at
Swear.
22.
It was like when he was linked from that move from Brazil to us, actually. And
Yeah.
ended up at PSG, didn't
Eric Dyer's off. I'm not surprised they've took him off, to be honest, because Rashford's just sort of had his number on it. I think they brought Sanchez on for
he? That back line's
bit
had
of
a
pace.
mare.
The substitutions kind of give the impression of through the towel. And to be fair, naturally, Lucas Moura makes it more of a front three now.
Yeah.
They've gone back to their usual 3-4-3.
This is the thing that, well, actually, we're waiting. I'll save it. Billy Simo says Portuguese Magnifico has been immense tonight. Yeah, he has been really good, Bruno. He's not going to end up with a goal.
I
or
think
assist,
United
probably.
will have a lot more
Oh, he's
to
actually
worry
got a
about
goal,
in the
sorry.
last few
Yeah, he
minutes.
scored.
Martinez,
Martinez has been
unbelievable.
class.
Yes,
Love
yes.
that.
That's a pass as well.
Oi,
He's gone
ref.
through the back of him there.
Gone right through him.
Come on, ref.
Rashford needs to
man.
learn that he gets that foul if he's a bit if he puts his body in.
Yeah, if you make him go
Yeah.
through all of it rather than just your leg.
Surely ref sees that though,
Go on,
regardless.
Luke. Go on, Luke, with the fucking work rate.
The thing is, that whole kicking the ball away thing doesn't work anymore with the multi-ball system. Like if he proper like puts his body in.
Yeah, he needs to try and shield that ball a bit better. Is he still down?
Oh, is that his back?
Got a bad back, hasn't he?
Hopefully not.
Hope not, man. No.
I hate that, when you're playing. When opposition proper like try and pick you up. When you actually proper hurt as well.
Yeah, you're like,
it pisses it. Yeah.
It. 10 minutes to go, probably with stoppage time. Just letting Tottenham have a bit of the ball now, but you'd still be worried if they got one, wouldn't you?
I really want a clean sheet.
I want a clean. It'd be three clean. Would that be 3 clean sheets in a row?
Yeah, I'm only Newcastle in this.
And we could have kept one at Everton,
Ammonia.
honestly, man.
Yeah.
I'm not counting ammonia. I mean, in the league.
In the league, no.
Yeah.
2-1, Everton won it.
Honestly, Everton, that will be shot. And then, like, for the rest of the game, they just had them weird crosses in it all game where it's just like they kept having a free kick and doing nothing.
Was ammonia after Everton?
Yeah, it was.
Ammonia at home was.
All right, so that was 3 then.
Yeah.
In all comps. We're celebrating our clean sheet against Calm in the MUFC.
Well in, Varane.
So offensive.
Oh, that's what ammonia is, isn't it?
I think it's we. Anyway, United just sort of sitting back a bit, letting Tottenham have the ball. Just having a bit of a jog about, really, aren't they, United? No intensity or like cutting edge at all from Tottenham. I don't think they could still be dangerous, but they look beaten, don't they, Tottenham? The way they're playing at the moment.
Love that. I love United, like, just aggressive when they've got to be, and in a smart way as well.
Yeah.
Good performance from Simon Hooper.
Yeah.
Alanga there.
Alanga.
I'd bring him on for Rashford, to be honest, because he's...
Rashford or Sancho.
Yeah. Sancho was probably... When are we going to...
Depends if Rashford's hurt. I'm thinking if Rashford's hurt, he's back a little bit.
Eriksen as well. When are we going to see Garnacho?
Just get rid.
Fucking hell, Lucas Moore's hurt, or he's hurt already. He's got slapped on his ball head. Smacked off it.
Is everyone feeling his head up?
Varane, what's happened there?
Yeah.
Absolutely slapped in the
I
ear.
know Lucas got that in school.
Yeah.
That head.
Do you remember the teacher that got slapped in the back of his head, Ronaldo? In our school.
At your school?
Were you there?
Is he the one that like...
Mr. Nagufa?
Yeah, Mr. Nagufa. I didn't want to say his name.
Is that
you're not allowed to do them things.
Out in a minute.
Didn't he punch the teacher? Or is that a different story? Is that not your school? Did you ever see that? Someone hit the teacher, and then the teacher punched them.
Someone pushed Mrs. Butler down the stairs.
Yeah, I've seen
it. Down the stairs? Where did you go to school? Fucking prison? Push people down the pushing teachers down the stairs.
It's funny you say that because it was very much like that.
That's genuinely fucking mad, that.
Prison's a pretty good description.
Was it? Just intense as fuck.
Yeah.
50% of the fucking school.
Well done. That's just good play, that.
Good composure from Casemiro.
What school was it? Where was it?
Very rough school.
Was it?
Nah, it wasn't rough.
I thought it was.
Where was it?
I would have preferred. Oh, Ronaldo's at...
It was in Charlton.
Was it?
Yeah.
You know what? You see Ronaldo in the background there. Is Ronaldo not going to come on?
Nah.
That'll be a talking point tomorrow if he don't come on, because I don't think Ronaldo not coming on will mean that he's starting against Chelsea, because I think if Martial's fit, he doesn't.
I don't think he starts even if Martial isn't fit. I think he'll go Sancho, Rashford, Antony again. Why would you...
Do you reckon after playing 90 for... yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be a slightly different game against Chelsea. Maybe he thinks we might have to counter-attack a bit more than we have tonight.
Yeah.
But that, to me, don't...
Who's he bought on then?
But Sancho might have played himself out of the team. No? What is Martial's fitness status though? What was the?
I think he's trained. But he wasn't ready to be in the squad.
Okay.
I believe. How come Scott McTominay can play out from the back now? How come Scott McTominay can get the ball off the defence, turn and play it
face,
forward? Where has he learned that from?
He's got Ericsonitis.
He's got Ericsonitis, hasn't he?
Yeah. And he's got Dutch bald man.
Dutch courage. I think he's having just 2 pints of lager before every game.
All Jed Spencer's done this season is come on for 1 minute at the end of games.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay on the bench, man. Them petty minutes are the worst.
Yeah, but Martial got 2 goals in them petty minutes.
Yeah, well, that's Martial. He's like the greatest player ever.
That's true.
Not everyone's got
Martial
that.
FC.
Forgot about that. Go on then, Dallo. Ericsson. Go on, Luke Shaw. Alanga.
The thing is,
It's a great
Nice
pass, you
play.
know. Fucking
the thing is, defensively, it's Sessegnon now, who's actually a good defender. As in, like, he's physical, he's quick,
Yeah.
he's like agile. When he was up against like Doherty and Perisic,
yeah.
It looks like is Ronaldo going to come on? Oh, he's just vibing.
Is that Brad Friedel there? Or is it just someone that looks like Brad Friedel?
There's a lot of bold men at Old Trafford today. But like not in the stands, but like
Yeah.
is it a hair pandemic?
That's an interesting point, actually.
Seems to be a. What would you call that?
Don't know.
Diagara.
they need to get on the Joe McGrath powder.
I know, yeah. Changing lives, that powder. Good pressing there. Good, not even pressing, just fucking work rate there from United. Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, Red. See this out at 2-0. Take that.
Nice.
A
Just
convincing
absolutely.
2-0 in a big game, like
Yeah.
at the start of like Eric Ten Hag's time, is brilliant.
It is.
And as much as people don't want to say it wasn't like they thought we just hit Arsenal on the break, I thought that was a good win as well because we genuinely had a couple of chances when you watch that game back, you know.
Yeah, it weren't a 3-1 game though.
No,
Actually,
it wasn't a 3-1
yeah,
game.
The chances we created.
Alanga.
That's the thing with Alanga, yeah.
He gets in so many good
because
positions.
he's direct, he's
Yeah.
positive, he makes
Oh
down the tunnel.
Straight down. He's been told he's not coming on.
Why does he have to make it about himself every
He
time?
walks straight off.
He has to do it, man.
The kids are not getting no high
Because
fives.
really, if you're a Man United player, if you're not come
Played
on, you
Rashford.
should be stood at the
I
end of the
want
game
more of that, you know.
clapping.
Yeah.
Because we're almost certainly going to win this game, or, you know,
Yeah.
the odds are we're going to win this game. And you're walking off early, stomping off. I mean, it might not be stomping off, but he knows what that camera is going to show and what that's going to show to the fans.
Obviously, he's standing off. The game's not done.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're a sub as well, why would he have been told Andy's a sub? Subs get told to run after the game when they haven't played. They don't go. They don't walk in.
There's 4 minutes left. I love Ronaldo more than
I mean,
any United.
Why would he have been? Why would he
The
have?
thing is,
Why would he have been told? Why would he have been told to walk in? Obviously
he probably
not.
hasn't, has he? But the thing is, Ten Hag will get asked about it in his press conference. We'll hear what he has to say there. I'm sure Ronaldo walking off for the end of the game.
What are
will
people
make
saying
And that's
about it in the
problem.
comments?
Regardless of whether it was told to or this or that, he knows that this is going to be something that Ten Hag has to answer now. Like, this is going to be like, a lot of people in the comments again, rightly or wrongly, the image we are all getting as United fans in the comments sat here is Ronaldo stomping off for the full.
There's
full
4
time
minutes
whistle.
where you can clap for the fans.
Yeah.
Like,
anyway, you'd assume he'd be sat there happy that we're winning. Maybe he was. Maybe he's got an injury. Maybe there's something else. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
seems to be a lot of them situations where we're always asking the question.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Like, I'm just not blinded. The guy's a reason I literally got into like watching football. Like, I love Ronaldo and what he's done for the club, but it's just things like that you can't ignore, man. Like, yeah, Old Trafford, we've had a good win. You want to stick around to be part of it, like the players, the fans. That's important as a team.
Yeah, we'll see.
It doesn't
Anyway,
matter, man.
let's hope we can
Like,
keep
it
a
doesn't
clean
matter
sheet
if it's
here.
Ronaldo, honestly. It's the same said to any player. I'm a United fan at the end of the day.
Jed Spence.
I actually think this guy deserves more minutes, man.
Yeah.
They've tried everything at right wing back, haven't they, this season?
Yeah. What do you make of it, that Ronaldo? That if you were playing under Conte, you'd be a wing back?
I probably would be.
Because you don't score that many goals, but you're very much in the mould of one of his sort of projects. Oh yeah.
I'm a failed winger, according to you.
I ain't said that. Who said that?
Now, to be fair, I actually think I would like playing wing back. Sounds weird, but I wouldn't
Overlapping all the time,
Because
crossing.
as a winger, I was always one of them weird people. I was actually decent defending 1v1.
Well, yeah.
But I always used to think it was because I knew what wingers
Well, there you go. That's
are
not
doing.
bad.
You know, like their mannerisms because
Yeah.
you've played there.
Yes, Fred.
Oh! Rashford's in.
He
He was
took
onside. He was
so long
onside.
there.
Why did you not pass that?
Honestly, that from Ericsson there was just
because I wanted
beautiful,
that to
wasn't
end as a
Eriksen
goal.
just
Imagine
needs to.
that.
Eriksen needs to hit that straight. No, not Eriksen. Fred needs to hit that
Yeah,
straight
he
away.
needs to- First time.
Imagine that ends in a goal. That move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, straight on Pornhub.
Unreal.
Whatever that is. What even is that?
I think it's where you can trade in your old items for cash.
You can pawn jewelry in it.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Come on, Red.
Alan
See this
Shearer.
out. Please keep a clean sheet, Reds. I got Lisandro Martinez and Delo on my FPL. If Ronaldo,
It's all about you, innit?
Yeah, all he does is fill his teams with United players in FPL. That is not the FPL way.
and you know what's funny? It's working because I've got the right ones in this time. Ah, crap.
Well done, Luke. Luke Shaw's been absolutely fucking brilliant today.
Yes.
He's been tremendous. It's
Close
poor from
down.
Ananga.
Can we get one more counter?
No.
What a pass.
Oh,
What a defender.
Martinez. You absolute beast.
That's a booking. Corner to Tottenham.
Harry Kane has been
Please don't.
absolutely.
You know.
Oh, he's going to score now.
Yeah. He's going to score, but he's still been fucking squashed out of the game, hasn't he?
He's been pocketed.
Yeah, he has. Even if he scores now, there's no... He's just not been involved
Martinez
whatsoever.
has been on him.
Yeah, Martinez is... I
If
can't
this
believe
ends
how
as
good he is.
2-1, it's going to be annoying because it just looks horrible. And
Yeah.
it looks like it was a game when it wasn't. It was just Man United
I'll
playing.
do it.
2-0.
Full time,
Full time.
Manchester
Come on,
United 2,
United.
Tottenham 0. I mean, we'll be back for the review in a few minutes, but before that, that is a fantastic performance from Man United there, isn't it?
That was brilliant. Yeah, it's our most dominant performance on and
Yeah.
off the ball, high press, aggressive, a lot of chances. We could have had 4 or 5. I think that was a 4-0 Man United win. Honestly, like with the chances we've had and the way we controlled the tempo of the game, we didn't give Harry Kane and Son a sniff. Harry Kane, Son always get chances against sides like City, Arsenal, even Liverpool against some of the top sides. I felt like today they didn't have a sniff.
No.
Martinez and Varane always cornered them. Brilliant job from Man United, and hopefully we see that on the weekend against the Chelsea side that I've just drawn to Brentford. And I've had a bit of a dodgy patch, so let's see. But
Yeah, I'd say
win.
good win, probably our best performance of the season. I know the talk's going to be a lot about the Ronaldo issue, but it's been.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a very together performance. Energy, intensity, sustained pressure. Some of the best football I've seen from United this season. Tottenham were bad. That was a combination of them being bad and us making them bad, though.
Yeah.
And 2-0. 3 clean sheets in a row. Happy days.
Yeah, good stuff. Few Super Chat, Squire 95, a solid win. Let's keep the momentum going. Peter Knight says, Ronaldo ruining his image. Sooner he goes, the better, apparently. Jacob Morris says, I think Bruno's really good. I'm glad we have him. Miguel Garcia says, I don't give a shit who you are, legend or not. Either you believe in the process and trust the coach, or you can leave. Andrew Nabel says, Ronaldo has always been a prat. He's just no longer good enough to get away with it for most people. Let's not end on a negative. For me, that is Manchester United's best performance of the season so far. The best performance probably for about 2 years, I'd say. Just dominant, controlling the game, chance after chance, shot after shot, completely shut out Tottenham, stopped them doing what they wanted to do. Ten Hag giving Lucas Moura's head a bit of a rub as well, just to say good night. And we're back for the review in just a minute. Stay where you are. You'll automatically be redirected to the review just by the powers of the internet. So just close your eyes, go and get a cup of tea. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the full review. Manchester United have beaten Tottenham 2-0 at Old Trafford. Thank you, Abdul. Where can people find you?
AbdulGH_ on Twitter.
Ronaldo, where can we get you?
Ronaldo Brown _98 on Twitter.
For the hot takes on Twitter. And make sure you check out the rest of the channel as well. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in a bit.